back like the seats of an 86 Delta 88 coupe on D's and bones, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Going live in a minute, Blizzard King. This is Winter Dennis Sperling Podcast. You are rocking with the realest black men represented. Ain't no lies, cause we winning. Catching flies, ain't no feelings. Uncle D, we the villain, baby. We just left the village, baby. Now we in them villas, baby. Dennis Sperling Podcast, tuning in, we get it, baby. You can hate the player, hate the game. We love all you haters. Hate watch, hate watch. Calling lovely ladies, hands on your knees. You can thank us later. We snatching the crowns off of queens. We obliterate them. Tell the truth, shame the devil. They trying to eliminate us. You begging the sipping haters. Peeling layers off of haters. Whoa. Southern Cadillac music like Outkast. Ain't jumping without bass. Dennis Sperling Podcast. Whoa. Southern Cadillac music like Outkast. Ain't jumping without bass. Dennis Sperling Podcast. Whoa.
We have to clean up what's going on in our house before we do anything else.
Blizzard King. Gotta watch your back, even family that's amongst you. Got a slut ass auntie and a cool ass uncle. Kinda won't front you, but let you ride the whip around the block like you stunts. Don't do a lot of bumping. When your mama call when her ex-man jumping, all you see is feet and her ex-man stumping. That's my Uncle D, that's why the Blizzard King coming. Hot girl winter, Blizzard King summer. My we's a coming. No singing and no humming, talking we shall overcome it. Got him leaking, I'm the plumber. My nigga made Zoom look cool, yeah, you funny. What else Uncle D gotta prove more money? Overlook the tunes, if gotta shun him. Brotherhood over any woman. Cause if she play her role, then she fam, then she good. When we say brother, my sister, we mean the hood. Now homie pop the trunk, it's been reeking just like a skunk. We can serve your knowledge, addition, just how you want. He just run his mouth and that bullshit we debunk. In a sunken place, he's thinking that drunk. He don't even drink and I tell you that drunk. My nephew told me I wanna be just like my uncle. He don't even drink and I tell you that drunk. My nephew told me I wanna be just like my uncle. Brand good, suit and tie, lawyer reppin' manhood. He don't tap dance, he overstand, he playing good. Titles don't get it, most of us getting ambushed. Mayonnaise, clam bush, buck broken, man tush. Woke up in the morning, got walk, that's on my mind. Peace can only come when you're low and order divine. Hey, I stay entwined, you keep a criminal mind. How you think I shine and stay from falling behind? He got open eyes and can't see it, he blind. You nice all the time, they tell you water is wine. Slaughter all your sons and leave your daughters behind. All she wanna do is flash that big behind. The music is the garbage they use to take you down. You used to rap intelligent, now you rapping like clowns. My prerogative, you thinking like Bobby Brown. Rest in peace to Whitney, Christina, that's underground. Wake up years later, you've been around. Water up to your neck and watching him as you drown. How you scoring touchdown again and you out of bounds? All the black men getting passports out of town. Homie pop the trunk, it's been reeking just like a skunk. We can sip your knowledge, your dishes just how you want. He just run his mouth and that shit we debunk. In the sunken place, he singing that good song. He don't even drink and I tell you that the drunk. My nephew told me I wanna be just like my uncle. He don't even drink and I tell you that the drunk. Nephew told me I wanna be just like my uncle. My Uncle D, 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 favorite uncle, Uncle D, my Uncle D, my Uncle D, my Uncle D, favorite uncle, my Uncle D, my Uncle D, my favorite uncle, Blizzard King, Uncle D, Uncle D, Uncle D, my favorite uncle, what? Uncle D, my favorite uncle, my Uncle D. My Uncle D, yeah, Uncle D.
What's up? Welcome, everybody. This is Dennis Sperlin, also known as Uncle D. I want to give a big shout out to Salty Balls, JJ Diesel, Cowboy Traveler 79, Smith, man. I am having a great day today. I want to thank you all for years and years and years of hanging out with me over here on this Dennis Sperlin podcast, where we have no frills and no thrills. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I have taken it upon myself to be an advocate for Black men. And I started back when it wasn't really popular. Remember, for years and years and years, you know, Black men were the, how would I say, we were the kicking mules of American society. Whatever it was a problem, all you need to do is just name the closest Black man and you could absolve yourself of any and all responsibility. You had a rise in crime in Montana, it must be the Black man's fault, right? If the murder rate was high, educational system be damned, crack all in the community be damned, gun shops on every corner be damned. It's the Black man's fault. So, you know, I decided that I wanted to be an advocate for Black men. And the reason I did that is simple. I am number one at Black men. Shout out to all the brothers in the chat room. Shout out to all the Black men in the chat room. Shout out to everybody who's been here for years. I want you to do something for me, for you guys. If you appreciate my advocacy and you like what I'm doing and what I've been doing here, I want you to put the number of years that you've been watching me here. It could be some of you all came from Facebook. That means you might have been here 10 years. Some of y'all just got here when I got here on YouTube about 3 years ago. How many years have you been watching me on Facebook? How many? We got 1, we got 2, 1.5 years. How many of you brothers? Now, this is important, and this is not a vanity thing. Number one, the difference between me, WC Evangelista, 5 years. Big shout out to you. Philip Slide, 3 years. Thank you so much. And the reason why, and somebody said since the Godfather passed, that's been about 2 years. And for those of you in the comments section too, when we see this on the rebroadcast, how many years have you been here? Now, you've been here that many years, but that also means I've been listening to you, Black men, for that many years. You see, I've been listening to you. Somebody type listen in the chat room. Somebody type listen in the chat room. See, you can't be an advocate for Black men if you don't listen to Black men. And see, I've been listening to you. And as a Black man who listens, as a person who has been listening to you, I know what you think. You see? Now, I want to show y'all something. I don't really put my business out there. Somebody type business in the chat room. I don't really put my business out there. But I want you all to see something that's important and what separates this page from everybody else's page. Now, see, and I'm gonna be a little bit exclusionary, okay? But I want y'all to hear me on something. So, for the most part, my page consists of 70,000 Black men. 70,000 Black men is enough to fill up a football stadium. And if you begin to look at gender and age, this is my group. I have 95%, 95.2%. Let me make that a little bigger so you could just see how impactful this is. 95% of my viewership is men, okay? Ages 18 through 65. These are voting age men. You see? All right, now just roll with me now. Ain't no women on this page. It's not women. And for the most part, if you look at where they are, they're in the United States. We got a couple of folks in the UK and Canada, but for the most part, 85.8, basically 86% of my followership are Black men from the United States. So on any given day, anytime I broadcast, you might have 50, 60,000 Black men looking at my page right here from the UK. And this is me listening to them. And so, because I listen to the brothers, I know what they're thinking. Because I listen to the age group that's active, I know what's on their minds. And so it's not that I'm able to predict what's going to happen. The brothers tell me what's going to happen. Shout out to my man CB4, it's 40. Thank you so much for him. Because I listen. Unlike a lot of other rich and powerful people who want to dictate and tell Black people what to think, how they should think, I show you respect. Somebody type respect in the chat room. And if you're, what's my man name? Baby. Somebody put respect. If you don't want to spell respect, R-E-S-P-E-C-T, go ahead and say respect. They need to put some respect on your name. I put respect on your name. Irrespective of my position as a prominent attorney, licensed in multiple states, I respect you. I listen to you. In fact, I will go so far as to say that I love you. But it's not that fake love. The love that I have for Black men is the same love I have for myself. When I see you, I see myself. That's why oftentimes when I get into arguments with people online and they get to fussing, I'm like, brother, I respect you enough to go ahead and block you and send you off and let you go enjoy life somewhere, because you don't need to be sitting here arguing with me. We disagree. But I will respect you enough to go and talk to you in the comment section, because many of you don't want to talk live. We do have a hardcore group of brothers that come here every day and we chop it up every day, right? But many of you don't want to do that, but you will get at me in the comment section. And I am not so big and haughty that I'll just discard you. I ask you questions. I ask you a lot of questions. And it's not that I don't like you. It's not that I don't appreciate you. It's that I want you to defend yourself. So I ask you questions in a way that forces you to defend yourself so that you are able to practice with somebody. It's like practicing martial arts with a black belt. If you can defend yourself against a well-trained Hall of Fame attorney, you certainly can defend yourself against some sucker at the water cooler trying to tell you what you should be thinking. This is what I do. Because along with being an advocate for Black men, which requires me to protect the image of Black men, I want you learning to protect yourself. Somebody type self-defense in the chat room. Somebody type self-defense in the chat room. Hear me, brothers. This is a very important message that I'm giving you. Because see, right now, the world is trying to figure out what happened to Black men. How did they all of a sudden jump off the Democrat plantation? What happened? And I've been telling you all for years. I was the first one to tell you back in 2020 that there was going to be a lot more if Donald Trump runs for president again. There are going to be a lot of Black men voting for him. They called me crazy. They said I didn't know what I was talking about. They called me, oh, you a Trump supporter. Remember that? You guys were here, right? You remember that, right? I said it on Facebook. I said it over here. They said, no, it'll never happen. Brothers are not going to vote for him. He's a racist. That's what they said. But they didn't know that I was listening to Black men. And you brothers know that I'm listening to you, because when I go out and about, when I'm in the airport, when I'm overseas, I see brothers all the time. Brother caught me. I'm in there in the bathroom. Brother say, hey, what's up, brother? I see you. Busy. I'm like, what's that in the bed? I'm busy right now. But see, irrespective of the fact that we only have 70,000 people, the vast majority of those people are Black men right from the United States. And that's a large swath of people. There's no gimmicks here. You don't see naked women and all that sort of, it's not none of that. It's just a middle-aged Black man with a scruffy beard and some glasses and the same sport coat and white shirt that I've had on for years talking to you brothers. And I speak to you with respect and I let you speak and we interact and we do so in a respectful manner. So you're honest with me. And because of that, we get to the truth. The truth is black men are tired of black Democrat celebrities pushing Kamala. That's the truth. That's the truth. You expect us to show racial loyalty to a woman who married a white man. Not because of her policies that benefit black men. Oh no, we are supposed to just straight up vote for her because she's black. That's the sort of racial political loyalty we're supposed to show her. But she didn't have the racial loyalty that she's expecting from us. Racial loyalty in politics is a two-way street. So how can you expect us to do for her what she hadn't even done for us? Think about that. This woman who's married to a white man, who spent her entire adult career putting black folks who are vulnerable in jail, keeping black men who are supposed to be free in jail, keeping black men who are supposed to be free in jail because she needs them there for the free labor to help put out fires and whatnot. Because she's more interested in doing what's in the beneficial, or at that time, more interested in doing what was in the best interest of her client, the state of California, than letting these black men go free after serving their time. This is what she did. This was her policy. And she was bold enough to announce it. This woman criminalized truancy of children, which is a law that affected mostly poor blacks in the inner cities in San Francisco when she was the mayor of San Francisco. Because your kid didn't go to school. Now you going to jail. Now, unfortunately, you know, even though the educational system is free, a lot of people have issues. Some kids don't have transportation. Some kids don't have food. Some people, the last thing they're thinking about is going to school and trying to focus. And I know for, you know, a lot of people it's hard to accept that fact in the richest country in the world, but it's true. And we talking about black folks who living at the bottom who are scraping by. And so, yeah, it's not a huge problem, but the people affected are predominantly black people. And she criminalized that, put parents in jail, mostly black women, because they're the ones that have the kids, for their kids being truancy. There was a young man who was being held in prison for a crime he didn't commit, and this Kamala Harris purposely, a young black man, purposely withheld evidence that would have otherwise allowed him to go free. This is what she did. And so there are articulable reasons why black men don't want to vote for Kamala Harris. The fact of the matter is she also, in many black men's opinion, she didn't move her way to the top because of her own merit. It's because she used her feminine charms and her sexual ability as a woman to sleep her way to the top. I mean, I'm just saying. Somebody type Willie Brown in the chat room. Somebody type Willie Brown in the chat room. These are the facts that's out there. So it's not like she got her position on merit. She used an advantage that she had. So black men are looking at that. We're not making an emotional decision. We don't like Kamala Harris. And we have valid reasons why. And yet you have these celebrities trying to push Kamala in our face and tell us why we should vote for her. and we don't want to. See, here's the problem. Here's what they don't like. I want y'all to listen up close. They don't like the fact that black men have snatched Kamala Harris's black card away. The same way that black women have traditionally snatched black men's black card away when they married non-black women. Ask Kobe Bryant. Somebody type Kobe Bryant in the chat room. Somebody type Kobe Bryant in the chat room. Am I telling a lie? Is there a lie in anything I'm saying? Remember all the vitriol directed towards Kobe Bryant after he got married to Vanessa Bryant? You remember that? This man is laying on the side of a mountain holding his baby girl. And you want us to support support Kamala Harris with her track record of anti-black policies? What about Taye Diggs? You guys remember Taye Diggs? Somebody type Taye Diggs in the chat room. Y'all found out that man was married to a white woman. His career went down the toilet. That's because black women snatched his black card away from him. Remember Taye Diggs? He played in Best Man. What else? All the movies from back in the 90s. The Best Man. That one of the Brothers. He played in the Brothers. A lot of good movies back in the day. A lot of good movies. The brother was an up-and-coming artist back in the night. He should have been where, maybe right behind Denzel or somebody like that. And then you also got it's some other ones, and they still doing it. That was back in the day. What about Omari Hardwick? Y'all found out he had that white woman, and they snatched his black card away. Think about that. This is the guy, I think he's from Power. Is it Power that he plays? I don't watch a lot of TV shows anymore. I'm too busy making money, so I don't have time to watch all these TV shows. But Omari Hardwick, they snatched his black card away. And then way back in the day, Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes low-key kind of fell off because they found out he was married to the Asian woman. So I want you to see, look at that. Black women have a history of snatching black men's cards away. Look how they just did Bronny James. Little Bronny James, when he was in high school a couple of years ago, he took a little lady to, a little white girl to his prom. Took a little white girl to his prom. And he got his little black card snatched away. And remember those football players from this year's draft? Those football players from this year's draft, all of those brothers had those white girls with them. Remember that? And y'all just snatched, y'all just gotta, just revoked, just took all their black cards away after all that they've done. And yet, you have the nerve, somebody type the nerve, the nerve to try to get brothers to be okay with this situation right here. That's her husband right there. That's her husband. Now I want you to hear something. I want you to keep something else in mind. I want you to understand something, fam. I want you to hear me. This woman, Kamala Harris, some say she's black, some say she's not black, some say she got a little black. Well, let's assume that she's not black first, right? Somebody type not black in the chat room. Well, let's take a poll. How many of you all think Kamala Harris is black? If you think she's black, type Y in the chat room. If you think Kamala Harris is black, type Y in the chat room. If you think she's black, type Y in the chat room. If you think she's not black, type N in the chat room. If she's not black, type N in the chat room. If you think she's black, type Y. So far, we got 4 ends. Okay. These are black men. Now, I just established the foundation that the vast majority of my following are men, to the tune of 85% of them. And so far, we got a bunch of ends and a barely black. But I have no Y so far. We got one Y, Ivy Dreams. We got one Y, but that was from a black woman. Shout out to the young lady. But the vast majority of black men don't think this woman is black. Yet you are trying to force us to show racial loyalty to this woman who has a track record of anti-black legislation enforcement. And pushing we have a track record of this woman doing this that directly affects black men. And yet and still, let's say she is black. She's shown no racial loyalty to black men. She went off and married this white man, who's clearly white. He ain't even Paul Wall, the rapper, white. You understand? There's some white boys out there that, like, yeah, I know he white, but damn. See what I'm saying? Kind of understand. But this is a straight up, all the way out white man. And if you love who you love, I get it. I'm saying whatever you do is what you do. But how can you expect us to show racial loyalty to this woman when she hadn't shown racial loyalty to us in her policy and in who she decided to lay down with? And then you're trying to force it on us. And that's what we're going to talk about. Because see, here's the thing. I've been talking to black men for years now. And these black men that we have, on a side note, y'all know I did a song with Paul Wall, right? If you go on to type in Dennis Sperling, D. DeMond, type Grown Man, S-H-I-T, and it's an album I did. Me and Paul Wall did a feature on my album. So, he definitely urban, and he's got a black wife and some black kids. But nevertheless, he's still a white man. He knows he's a white man, and he's not asking, and most of these other folks are not asking for racial loyalty. This woman is asking for straight up racial loyalty. And if she's a black woman, then she showed disloyalty. And so we shouldn't be obligated to show her racial loyalty in politics. And if she's a non-black woman, we shouldn't be obligated to show her racial loyalty. But you all are asking us to do that. And these black men are saying no. Somebody type no. Somebody type no in the chat room. And for you all who feel it deep down in your bones, type hell no. Type hell no. Because that's what this is about. Clearly her policies don't help black men. So what else is there? Straight up racial loyalty. And here are the people who have been the main culprits. Look at these folk. Right there you see Ari Spears. Y'all name them. Name names. Charlemagne. You got all these different, Ricky Smiley. I forget this brother's name over here. But you see Roland Martin at the top. You can't really see all of them. D.L. Hughley and that little lady right there. And see, here's the problem. Black men are tired of these black Democrat celebrities trying to push Kamala. Do you all remember about when she first got nominated? Do you remember a couple of weeks ago when I told y'all that these black celebrities better watch it? I just want to get validation. And it's not that I'm able to tell the future. It's because I listen to black men. I make it my business to listen to black men. Every day, I read your comments. I listen to you every day. So I know what you're thinking. This is why I'm able to tell you exactly what other black men are thinking, because I listen. It's not that I'm predicting anything. I'm just saying the brothers, I just know before everybody else because I'm talking to the brothers all day, every day. And so I was able to tell you that the brothers are tired of you trying to punk them into doing something that they know that's not in their best interest. They don't like the idea of Kamala Harris being the president. They don't like that. They realize very quickly that this woman who has openly said, I'm not going to do anything for black people, or you can't expect me to do anything for black people. And so they take her at her word. And now you have these celebrities trying to punk black men into voting for Kamala Harris. And that is what we're going to deal with today. See, here's the thing. Somebody type, I'm tired in the chat room. Somebody type, I'm tired. I want you brothers to dig deep down into the souls and pull out. Hallelujah. Let me take a minute. I want you to pull out the experiences, hallelujah, of your ancestors. And I want you to say, I'm tired. I'm tired. Black men are tired of people trying to punk us in this society that we helped build, that we fought and died for, that we maintain. It's black men standing on that line, protecting this country from its enemies, both foreign and domestic. It's black men standing on that fence line. And we're tired of you trying to tell us what to do. See, the whole reason why I push a freedom doctrine on this page, somebody type freedom doctrine. See, everybody knows that Uncle D tells the brothers, you're free to do whatever it is that the Most High wants you to do, as long as it's lawful. That's why I support passport bros, and also support the brothers who want to stay here in the United States. I call the brothers who want the passport bros to stay here plantation bros, because they don't realize they're free. You are free men. You are free, autonomous men. You don't owe anybody anything. Black men helped build this country before it was even a country. We fought for it before it's even a country, and we fought in every major war that this country has ever created. We got skin in the game. We are entitled to utilize our freedom in every other way that every other American wants to. If you want to take your passport and you want to go overseas, you're free to do that. If you want to go and marry yourself a baby mama with 3 baby daddies and live somewhere in Detroit, Ohio, Chicago, whatever you want to do, and work a 9-to-5 job, you're free to do that too. I support you. You are free. Our black brothers who came before us fought for us to have that freedom, brothers. And that's what I preach on this page. I tell you, brothers, vote your interest. Somebody type vote your interest, because there's going to be some people, well, you're just a black conservative. No, I'm not. In fact, I'm registered a Democrat and have been my entire voting life. I voted for Donald Trump in 2020 because it was in my best interest. I didn't vote for him in 2016. I held my nose and voted for Hillary Clinton back in 2016. Didn't want to do it. Think she's one of the most bigoted people that have ever been near the White House. But after that, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't vote for Joe Biden. Couldn't do it. Because of his policy stemming back when he was a senator. Couldn't do it. I tell you, brothers, to vote your interest. I don't tell you to vote for Trump. I don't tell you to vote for Kamala. I tell you to vote your interest. That is the intelligent thing to do. Why? Because I respect you. Somebody type respect in the chat room. And this is what this is about. This is about respect. You're going to respect these black men. I say vote your interest, whatever it may be. I think what they're finding surprising is that black men, modern day black men, are commanding respect that our ancestors wouldn't otherwise demand, especially in matters of politics. But see, there's a difference. When I say vote your interest, brothers, your interests have changed since the 1960s. In the 1960s, 2/3 of black people lived below the poverty line. Now, 2/3 of black men live above the poverty line, to the tune of 60% of black men by the time they reach middle age are either middle class, upper middle class, or rich. Middle class, upper middle class, or rich. So irrespective of what people are saying, black men are doing relatively well compared to our ancestors. So our perspective is a lot different. Somebody type perspective. Our reality is a lot different. These brothers wouldn't be able to travel overseas and move like they move. When I get on the plane, 100 some people, 120, at least 30 of them are black men on a random Tuesday, taking a $2,000 flight somewhere and go stay somewhere for another $800-900, and they're gonna blow $2,000 or $3,000 while they're down there. These are black men with money to spend. So their interests have changed. They recognize what America is. It is not a country where you're supposed to get cozy and cuddle up. It's a place where you make money. It's the financial engine of the world. It is the most stable democracy in the world. It's a money-making machine. That's what America is. And once you realize that, then you can realign yourself. You can realign your goals so that you begin to benefit from this hard work that our ancestors put in. Now, back in the day, we were locked out of the educational system, locked out of the employment, locked out of housing, locked out of a lot of things. But right now, it's wide open. Somebody type wide open in the chat room. Where my people from Louisiana today? It's wide open, baby. Somebody type wide open in the chat room. It's wide open. You might not be able to get into Harvard, but you can get to Howard. You might not be able to go to USC, but you can go to University of Southern California, but you can go to the University of Southern Carolina, South Carolina. You can get that same BA accredited law degree from FAMU as you can from Yale. And you can be right there in the same courthouse making money. See, our ancestors fought for that. Racism is always going to exist. I tell you that all the time. Bigotry is always going to exist. I tell you that all the time. You can't stop me from feeling the way I feel about goats. I don't like goats. And sometimes I don't like chickens. You can't stop me from feeling that way. I don't like goats. Get them goats out of my yard. If I had a farm, I don't want no goats and chickens in my yard. I might like cows and sheep. You can't stop me from feeling that way. It's the point when I begin to do things that are systematically oppress the goats and chickens in my yard. That's what makes me a racist, or in this case, a speciesist. Our ancestors fought against that systematic racism, and it's still a fight. We fought for the right to vote because we were systematically disallowed to vote. We fought for the right for education. We were systematically denied education, housing, employment. Our ancestors fought for that. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. Anybody on this is why I don't agree with the conservatives. They want to have you believe, oh yeah, racism is a thing of the past. Shit, if it is, it ain't. No, it's not. It's still as alive and well as it's always been. But our ancestors went a long way to fight, to make sure that we don't have to deal with the systematic racism that they had to do, that second-class citizenship. It doesn't matter if you don't like me. I'm gonna cry all the way to the bank. I'm gonna cry all the way to my $500,000 home, car, lifestyle, whatever. I'm a boo-hoo all the way on my first-class flight to wherever I'm going. I'm gonna cry, ooh, but it's not gonna affect me or what I can do. So bottom line is, because we have become more successful financially, black men's perspective has changed. We've become a lot more sophisticated. You can't sit in these boardrooms and be the CEO of your company, even if it's just a small company. You might have a barber shop, man, but it's yours. You might have an electronics store, but it's yours. You might be a tech who travels around the world and operates remotely, but you have to pay taxes. And so there's a level of sophistication that comes with being part of the owning class, being part of a homeowner's class, as opposed to just somebody who's, subject to whichever the way the political winds blow. And so black men have reached a certain level of sophistication. You got money in the bank, you got a 401k, you got a car, you got a house, you got property, you have real estate, you have responsibilities. So what does that mean? That means you're thinking about things. And some of the policies that are put forth by the Democrat Party you don't like open borders. Somebody type open borders in the chat room. Somebody type open borders in the chat room. Increased crime. There's an incident going on in Colorado right now where apparently some Venezuelan gangs have taken over 2 apartment complexes and are collecting the rent for the owner. The owner got a loan out from the bank, but instead of him collecting the rent, the Venezuelan gangs have come in and collected the rent. And as soon as the people move out, they put one of their Venezuelan migrant families or associates in one of those apartment complexes. So they're not even collecting any money. They're patrolling the housing complexes with guns in a major American city. Now, 30 or 40 years ago, black people living in poverty, living in the ghetto, subject to all that crime, we might be like, damn, that's crazy. But we understand. We'd have been living our Nino Brown dreams, right? Didn't we see that in the movie, King of New York? Is that what the movie was called? The one with Wesley Snipes and we played Nino Brown. What was the name of that movie? My memory's getting bad. But bottom line is, we different now. We homeowners. We own apartment complexes. We collect rent. We are not run by the streets anymore. The streets don't run a damn thing. Black men don't give a damn what Pookie and Ray Ray say. That's right, New Jack City. Let me say that again. Black men don't give a damn about what Pookie and Ray Ray say. Pookie and Ray Ray carry no weight. Black men have successfully delineated ourselves away from the degenerate class of black men, and now they are being forced to step their game up. That's what black men have done. And outstanding to you, brothers. True. Thank you, Too Tall. We are no longer allowing ourselves to be associated with the degenerates in the black community, even not in the name of color and race. There's a lot of self-pride associated with being a black man right now. We have a lot of very prominent black men who are doing very well for themselves. And I'll be damned if you allow them to get associated with a Pookie and a Ray Ray with his pants sag. Even the brothers have realized that. Think about how we openly discuss some of the behaviors of these, all these multiple baby mamas, 4, 5, 6 baby mamas, pants hanging down, in and out of prison. Nobody wants to be associated with that. Nobody wants to be hood and ghetto anymore. So we don't see the world from the perspective of the ghetto anymore. We don't like dope dealers anymore. We realize the damage that they did to the community. We don't like gangbangers anymore. We see that as a sickness, not as the rights of manhood. We see prison for what it is. A pit hole, a degenerate cesspool, a place where losers go. That's what we see. There's nothing redeeming about that as it used to be back in the day. Our perspective has changed as black men. which is largely the reason why a lot of black men are saying, hey, I don't want to deal with these modern black women because many of them are classless. And I'd rather just either be by myself, which is why the majority of black men are single and don't have children. And they much rather either go overseas and try to find a woman who they can shape and mold into being middle class and having certain values. They don't want a woman who has videos of her twerking on tables and her dress, as my grandma used to say, heished up to the back of her butt crack for the world to see. Black men have changed. Our perspective has changed. Our interpretation of our value system has changed. Many black men have broke away from what they call the matriarchal dominated black female community. They don't really respect their mothers like that. Somebody type Big Mama is dead. They saw their mother for what she was. And if not their mother, and I'm not talking about all black women, we got some decent sisters out there, but most of them are married and they stay married. But unfortunately, we have some degenerate ladies out there. And they are carrying the name of black women into the toilet. And black men don't want to be associated with that. So our perspective has changed. So you can't just punk us. Black men have reasons why we don't want to vote for Kamala Harris, irrespective of what black women want. And yet, these celebrities don't believe us. I want to share a video with you all. This is a video, and this is basically a black man. I told you guys this. You remember a couple of weeks back when Kamala Harris was anointed Queen of the Democratic Party? I said, you black celebrities, you better keep your mouth shut. Matter of fact, I said it, and then I went and did a whole broadcast dedicated to it. You black celebrities better keep your mouth shut, because if you don't, you're going to start getting pushback. Listen to what this brother is saying.
The past 2 weeks, I've seen a lot of black celebrities and media personalities and so-called journalists make it their business to try to shame and denigrate and insult the intelligence of black men because they don't want to vote for Kamala Harris. And I've said it before, and I will say it again. They think they own us. And now they're pushing the narrative that we're dumb, that we're uneducated. So I'm saying all that to say, if you an actor, a rapper, a comedian, or anything else, you're not going to dictate our decision by calling us names and trying to make us feel bad.
Now, again, I told you guys this a couple of weeks ago because I've been listening to black men for years now. And I told you that they are not going to respond well. Now, let me say something. I'm just say they're different. I remember about 15 years ago, I used to make fun of these little skinny jean wearing dudes. Somebody typed skinny jeans in the chat room. A little skinny jean wearing little fellas. I was like, man, these not like us, man. These dudes are not like us. And then they turned up. Yeah. You know, you might not like BLM and who runs it, but the fact that you have black men standing up saying Black Lives Matter, that's more meaningful than the organization called Black Lives Matter. These little skinny jean wearing dudes turned up. They got some backbone with them. They about their life. They are not soft by any means. They will tell you how they feel. They not buff. They not big and bad. But the little skinny jean wearing, I like them, little skinny. They grown up now. They got jobs. They somewhere between 25 and 35 or whatever. They 20, 28. They about that life, man. Shout out to everybody under the age of 40, man. Big shout out to y'all. Y'all shocking to me. But the other thing you got to understand about them is they have no respect for you if you're disrespectful to them. They will run up on you. Somebody type run up on you in the chat room. Somebody type run up on you. Disrespecting them. You calling them sellouts. You calling them house N-words. Okay, you might have been able to get away with that with the civil rights generation. They would turn the other cheek. Somebody type turn the other cheek. But these youngsters are not turning no cheeks. They running up on you. And so recently, there was an issue. Shout out to what's my man name? Roland Martin. Shout out to Roland Martin. Oh, Roland Martin, bless his heart. Brother, look, Roland, look, Roland. You older than me, brother. You can't be out there tussling with these youngsters, man. You can't be out there. you can't be out here picking fights with these young boys. You understand? Now, apparently, according to the story, let's read it. I want to read it. At the Democrat National Convention, somebody type anywhere, anytime. In Chicago, was not just a political gathering, but also a hotspot for tension as Black Lives Matter activist Jamal Green, confronted Roland Martin, the host of the daily digital show Roland Martin Unfiltered. Their confrontation stemmed from an escalating Twitter feud. Oh, you thought you was gonna be able to talk stuff from Twitter about Vice President Kamala Harris' newly announced economic policy. Okay, and what's the background on this? Now look, Roland got to at least be damn near 60 player. You know, you're a little too old. You out there in them streets messing with these young skinny jean wearing generation dudes. You ain't ready. They respect me. But number one, I show them respect. You see, because I come from a place where anybody can get it. You be an old man and get your cane taken from you, get pushed down some steps. You keep messing with these youngsters. I show them respect. I'm Uncle D. I'm wide open. I talk to them. They know I care about them. I love them. You see what I mean? I show them respect. I talk to them about being a man. On top of that, they see me with my family. They see me with my sons. They show the love. So a lot of these young brothers, man, I'm the father or the uncle that they wish they had in their family. And they long for that. And they respect me because of that. Because I legitimately care about it. I'm not telling them what to do. I'm telling them that they're free. See, that's the difference between me and a lot of these other fellas out here. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you to free vote your own interest. Nevertheless, the initial friction began when Jamal Green, a former mayoral candidate from Chicago and a proponent of Black Lives Matter activists, criticized the language used in Vice President Kamala Harris's economic policy. Harris had recently introduced a plan in North Carolina to offer $25,000 down payment assistance for the first generation homeowners buyers. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. But let me read it. Green took to Twitter to question the use of the terms first-time homeowners, implying that such terminology might exclude or not adequately benefit the Black community. And then the young brother said, does anybody want to tell me what first generation is code for? Laugh out loud. Green posted X. Yeah, that doesn't benefit you per se. And let me tell you something, as a homeowner, the first thing that happens when you tell me that you are going to, the government is going to give first-time homeowners a $25,000 loan or grant, I'm gonna raise my selling price by $25,000. You understand what I'm saying? Matter of fact, if they're gonna give you $25,000, I'm gonna make sure I raise it by $25,000 or $30,000 so I can get whatever you were gonna give me on the down payment, plus that $25,000 at the government. So let's say it's 10% down and I got a $500,000 house, or we'll just say $300,000 house. And I know you have that 25. Well, I'm gonna say, well, hell, if you were gonna give me 10% down, which is 30, and the government is gonna give you 25, and you add that together, that's about 55,000. Well, hell, I'm gonna just raise my $300,000 house up for a couple of $100,000 to get all your money. That's what I'm gonna do as a homeowner. Makes sense, right? You getting the 25,000 free. All you need is 10% down. Right? All your 3%, whatever, all you need is a small percentage down. Well, I'm gonna get your money plus the money that the government was gonna give you. That's what I'm gonna do. So how does that help Black people? I'm just think about it. You know what I'm saying? I just want you to think about that. Nevertheless, little brother said this, and this one of them skinny jean wearing brothers right there. Jamal Green, you got that. That's one of them skinny jean Look, let me tell you, you can tell by their names too. Roland, that's an old school name. Okay, Roland, that means you was born before the 1970s or something like that. Jamal, he was born in the 90s. Jamal too. Ja with the little apostrophe, that's one of them baby mama names. Somebody type baby mama in the chat room. And he from Chicago. I'm just saying, that's one of them little skinny jean wearing brothers. Nevertheless, Roland Martin decided it was a good idea to talk reckless about this young boy. And what did he say? He called him out. I'm gonna try to make this bigger so we can see. I want you to see what he said. Roland Martin responded sharply to Green's tweet, calling him dumb and clueless. Hold on a minute. You about to go to Chicago and you want to call a dude that's from Chicago dumb and clueless. Okay, I want you to think about that. See, a lot of people are used to hiding behind the internet. And you got a lot of these older cats who are used to being able to sit up and say what they want to say, and out of sheer respect for your elders. And you know, I respect the elders, right? But you can't be disrespectful to the youth and don't expect they're gonna be disrespectful towards you. So, Roland, you came out of your place as an elder and you jumped down with the youngsters. See, I don't do that. See, I told you earlier, if somebody want to go back and forth with me, I just block them. God bless you, little brother. May you know, Godspeed to you. I don't go back and forth because I'm not gonna sink that. That's how a more mature man should operate. You see? But either way, Roland Martin called this young man dumb and clueless for questioning the policy. Just straight out. You are not allowed to. You are dumb and clueless for straight out questioning the policy. That's what intelligent people do, Roland, Brother Martin. You understand what I'm saying? Martin argued that since Black Americans have the lowest home ownership rates, they would significantly benefit from the incentives targeting first-time buyers. Well, a lot of people would, but that doesn't specifically help Black people. What if you have a low home ownership rate because you have been systematically locked out of the American prosperity for about 200 to 300 years because your daddy didn't get the GI Bill, even though he was a GI? What about because your daddy got drafted into the military and he came back to America addicted to opium and heroin? What about that? What about the fact that a lot of Black people in the 1920s, they had towns set up around America, and white folks in some, what they call it, bloody summer, the bloody summer of 2020, decided that we just gonna go burn thousands and thousands of Black communities to the ground? Where would we be had they left us alone? It's systematic violence that Black folks had to deal with. So, you know, what I'm saying is, fam, if it might be a policy that's supposed to help all Black people, but some people are not even in a position to do that. They can't afford it in the first place. So how do you get these Black people in a position where they can go out and take a first time home? You can't get a job, you can't get a house if you don't have a job. Period. You got to get your immediate needs taken care of. You see? But even nevertheless, are you that dumb, Jamal Green? This is what Roland said to this young boy. Black folks have the lowest home ownership rates. That means incentives for first-time buyers will appeal to Black folks. Are you that clueless? Martin tweeted. This man said this to this man. Okay? And guess what happened? I want you to guess what happened. There's the young brother right there. The young brother caught up with it. Let's look at the video footage. There, y'all let me know. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Y'all can see. Look. Get up. Yeah. Look at that. You see that? Yeah. Y'all say pulled up. I say he ran up on it. Ain't gonna be no hold up. Listen what he's saying. Listen. Let me see if I get that to play again. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, you about to catch a hot 5 across the chin, Roland. You can't be doing that, talking reckless about these young. You over there with your little African garbs on, bro. You can't do that. This is not that time. These youngsters don't have that. First of all, you're disrespectful. Let's take another view. Look at this. Yeah, yesterday you called that black man dumb, and today he in your face. Ha! Ha! Somebody tell you, yeah, yeah. Look at that. You was big and bad yesterday with your bald head self. And this youngster right here look like he put a little time in the gym. You over there. Look at that. Now the young man is in your face. Which you have a lot to say. You see what I'm saying? These youngsters are not like the older generations. You're not going to sit around and punk them, man. And you're not going to sit up and talk reckless to them. Let me explain something to you. They have no reverence for your popularity. They have no reverence for your celebrity. Hell, they think they famous too. They famous on YouTube. They famous on Twitter. They don't care about what your popularity. You were in the hottest show back in the 1980s and 90s. They don't care about that. You are disrespectful. They don't have no reverence for you because you're older. You better watch your mouth. Somebody type watch your mouth in the chat room. Somebody type watch your mouth in the chat room. Let me explain something to y'all. You folks, you celebrities who are out there trying to punk black men into voting for Kamala Harris, you are opening yourself, and when you do it in a very aggressive way, calling people names, telling us we're dumb, calling us, questioning our dedication to black men or being a black man or the black community, calling us sellouts and house N-words. Somebody gonna put hands on you. These are not that generation from back in the day. They'll give you that work. You understand? You gonna have to see them. You can't run and hide. You can't have security everywhere like that. My man ran up on him and said, "I'm dumb," right? That's how these youngsters are. They don't respect you like that. You better watch your mouth. And for all you entertainers out there, D.L. Hughley's, Aries Spears, Charlemagne, y'all gonna lose your whole fan base trying to support or trying to push Kamala Harris on brothers. It's gonna have the opposite effect of what you think. You are not gonna punk black men into voting for a so-called black woman who we don't really think is black anyway. And you're not gonna get them to do that in an aggressive manner and think you're not gonna get pushback. Y'all are gonna get that work. And see, it's not about Kamala Harris at this point. It's about you thinking you could tell black men what to do. And the brothers are not feeling that whole situation. This woman is married to a white man. We know that to be a fact. And black men, for the most part, feel the same way about black women who marry white men as black women feel about black men who marry white women. Now, we are not as aggressive and vocal as about it, but we still think these things. Period. Because we're human beings. And you're trying to tell us to be racially loyal to this woman, and if we don't, you're going to call us dumb, and you're going to be aggressive about it? You're not. Look at my man. Look at his eyes. Bless his heart. Praise God. Look at my man. Yeah, look at that. D.L. Hughley, you used to be a gangster back in the day. Now you like 60. You're not tough anymore. And I'm talking to all you so-called tough guys from the black community. All you dudes from the hood, that's actors and entertainers, this is going to be you. Charlemagne, that's gonna be you. Ari Spears, that's gonna be you. Shut up. Let this play out. You don't want to be like that. Because see, it's not over. Brothers are taking notes. We see how you comport yourself. We see how you get down. You're not gonna be able to punk us into doing what you want us to do. And I don't know why. Why don't you just, be an entertainer? And let me just show you how real it is. You guys remember old buddy Don Lemon, right? Old Don Lemon? Don Lemon, he married a white man too. You know that, right? And he's out here. He's shocked. This Don Lemon, y'all know Don Lemon, right? Somebody type, Don Lemon. Don Lemon is shocked. There's so many black men. He said New Jersey voters picked Trump over Harris, and there's a video circulating. He is shocked that so many black men and black people are supporting this Donald Trump white man. Well, don't Don Lemon have a white man in his bed with him every night? I'm just saying. Don, if you can, if you can have a white man in your bedroom, why can't we vote for one to be the president? I'm just saying. Let's just keep it 100. A lot of you folks who are on this pro-black, I'm pro-black, y'all sleep white, y'all live white, y'all date white, and then you tell us not to vote for this white man because he's a racist. Even though Donald Trump, whatever you think, I used to see him growing up all the time, and he'd have Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton and all these other black folks who put their stamp of approval on him. And now, all of a sudden, since this man decided to run for president, now he's a racist. What about all them rap songs that reference Donald Trump? I want you to Google, hell, don't Google. I want you to chat GPT and ask your chat GPT to reference all the songs where Donald Trump, or list all the songs where Donald Trump is mentioned before 2016. All the rappers and the name of the artist. Donald Trump was admired by black folk. We like how he got down. But all of a sudden, since he decided to run and try to, run for president on the R side as opposed to the D side, they wanted to throw the racist button at him. And he might be. I don't know. I don't know the man. Never met him. But all I know is that his policies have benefited black men. Some of you all, I think that Joe Biden is racist. And I confirm that, in my opinion, in my mind, by the fact that his policies have not benefited black men, dating back to the 1980s and the 1990s. With the crack bill, the 1988 crack bill, the 1994 crime bill, which directly targeted black men. Nevertheless, old Don Lemon, right, who doesn't want us to vote for, who is shocked that these New Jersey voters are voting for Donald Trump, right, is shocked. Let's listen to what, let's listen to Don Lemon expressed surprise when New Jersey voters traditionally aligned with Democrats told him they plan to support Trump in the upcoming election. In a video shared on Saturday, Lemon spoke with Atlantic City residents while defending Vice President Kamala Harris. One person told him that Harris, who often appears to be drunk during public appearances, wasn't good for the role 4 years ago, and it was a lot better. I made a lot more money than I do now. Another person told the former, they said she drunk. She looked drunk. That would explain that cackle. She does laugh like she drunk, huh? Isn't that how? She does laugh how she, damn, that's a very good observation. The voter laughed as Lemon pushed back and said, I know you feel that way, but that's not actually what the record shows. The economy was better under Biden. Let's look at the video. Now, I want you to be observant of something. The brother right here, he said, I plead. He probably support Trump. He just don't want to say anything because he know he's going to have to deal with it in the black community by some loud mouth folk. Listen. Trump. Mm-hmm. Fair use. You see what he tried though? You see he tried to play it like, oh, you're just a sexist. That's more shaming. I want you to go back to this. The brother said, no, it's not because she's a woman. You see that? They trying to shame it. Well, it's because you're sex. No, it's not. This because she has had some anti-black. Somebody saying there's no sound. Y'all can't hear this? Y'all can hear it? Let me see if I can make the sound happen for you. Hold on a minute. We'll try to get this sound popping. Hold on a minute. Y'all hit the number 1 button when you guys can hear it clearly. Let me know if you can hear it clear. We're gonna get it popping. Y'all we can get this going. Bam. All right, I got it back up again. I'm gonna try to play this again. Y'all let me know if you can hear it.
We're here in Jersey, Atlantic
Can you hear that?
City. Who do you support?
I plead the fifth.
Trump for the win.
Tell me why.
Let me know. Did y'all hear any of that? Let me know if you can hear it. I'll let it play. If you can hear it, hit the number 1 button. If you can hear it, hit the number 1. Okay, so we'll let it play again. Let's listen.
We're here in Jersey, Atlantic City. Who do you support?
I plead the fifth.
Trump for the win.
Tell me why.
I can't really call that right now, but I just feel like she's not good for president. She's good vice, but not for the actual lead role for the country.
Does it have anything to do with being a woman?
No.
Now he said no. That's not even something he brought up. It's not about her being a woman. A lot of black men voted for Hillary Clinton. It's not about her being a woman. It's her anti-black policies and enforcement towards black people, black men in particular. Why are we even bringing that up? Because again, like I said, they are trying to trap black men by saying, oh, y'all are just a bunch of sexists. Really? The most egalitarian group of men in America, and we are sexist? The black men who allow their women to run their community, we're sexist? Really? Just think about that. Let's keep listening.
No, because I feel like women, nah, you're not going to give me that.
Your money's on Harris.
Yeah,
Who do you want?
Trump.
Why don't you like Harris?
She doesn't have any experience.
She's
She
the
was
vice
with
president.
Biden.
She's a senator.
Yeah, no experience. No. She had no experience.
Well, I want Donald Trump.
No experience. You heard what the little white fella said, right? But mind you, this is a Democratic stronghold. No experience. She was a senator for a few years. This woman was a lawyer, a prosecutor, no foreign policy experience. She had one job, and that was to what? Be the czar of the border. Now they trying to walk it back and say, nah, that wasn't her job. You had one job, and you got all these people pouring in to the tune of millions of people pouring in to the country. And that was your one job. You can't even protect the borders over. What's going to happen when Kamala Harris goes to Putin and demands he do something? Remember when Joe Biden told Putin not to invade Ukraine, or Kamala Harris told him not to invade you, and they did it the next day? So no,
I just feel we need somebody that has a stronger background with the military and the world in general.
She was a prosecutor and an attorney general and a senator and a vice president. You're
a prosecutor, you're a lawyer. Let's keep
in a
listening.
gambling town. Who's your money on?
I'm gonna support the Democratic Party, but I mean, Trump looked like he got it in the bag right now.
4 years ago, it was a lot better. I made a lot more money than I do now.
There you go, man. But nobody's trying to punk white men and white women into voting for Kamala Harris. They're just trying to do it to black men. And it's a real problem. But like I said before, black men are tired of these black Democrat celebrities pushing Kamala Harris, man. We tired of it. You know, and there's a lot of different reasons, but for the most part, you're not going to be able to convince us to do something that goes against our interests, especially when we feel this strongly about it. Now, what we're gonna do is we've been going an hour and 15 minutes strong. I'm gonna take a quick break. And we're gonna come right back, and then we're gonna read some of the comments that the brothers have about this subject. We're gonna go straight to the comment section. It's not just me saying it, it's what the brothers are saying. If you feel so inclined, if you're enjoying the broadcast, man, make sure you contribute to the super chat. The Cash App should be on the bottom of the screen. Super chat, Cash App, PayPal, and I'll be right back.
Dennis Burning Podcast, click your mouse pad. Yeah, we out back. Hit the like, hit subscribe. Don't just hate watch, cause we outside. Let them hate watch, go and play pop. We just lay back. He don't play that. We on playback. We on playback. We go way back. Black men, yeah, we earn something. Tune in, gotta learn something. Uncle D Podcast, bump it. Likes up, hit the sub button. Black men, yeah, we earn something. Tune in, gotta learn something. Uncle D Podcast, bump it. Likes up, hit the sub button. This is Dennis Burning Podcast. Don't just hate watch, hit subscribe and let them know we outside. Don't hold hate, donate. Super chat, Cash App. Put something in the collection plate. Church.
I want y'all to make sure y'all hit the number 1 button. And we're gonna kind of get back to what we like to do over here, man. I need y'all to check in at a certain point when it's time to check in. I need to checking in to start happening again. We got to go ahead and get this algorithm pumping. Yeah. Welcome back, everybody. Big shout out to everybody who's been hanging in here. I want to take a little time to read these super chats real quick. I want to give a big up to my man Urban Eagle. Good looking out. Thank you for the $2 super chat, fam. Appreciate you. Isaiah Flowers, thank you so much for the $9.99. Thank you so much, Mr. MC Recovery. Uncle D, South Central LA homie, a great way to start my work day. Thanks. Our radio station in LA is on deck with the Dems Party and ABC Mafia. Yeah, man, I'm not trying to hear all that, man. I don't want to hear what they had to say. I can't even listen to that anymore, you know, because it's just goofball. It's just mess at this point. Brothers have developed their opinion on Kamala Harris, and I don't think there's much anybody can do to change that opinion because she can't undo her past. And we've already developed our opinion. It's not about sexism. It's not the fact that she's a woman. It's just like we see her as number one, inauthentic. And again, you know, you want us to support Kamala Harris, and you're angry that black men have revoked her black card for being married to a white man. And black women have done it for generations. And it is what it is. So I don't see where we at now. I'm gonna read a couple of these comments, but you know, actually first I want y'all to check this video out. I thought this was interesting. And they sending them all out, man. You know, this cat right here, let me know if you guys can hear this video. I'm gonna try to let this like but in a minute. But let me give a big shout out to my man Too Tall. He said outstanding. Big shout out to you, brother. Patricia, thank you for the $2 super chat. Martin Dupree, thank you, fam. Appreciate it. Black Samurai, good looking out. Good morning, Uncle D. Good to see you in the morning. Helping me get through this off. Yeah, man, I know, man. Keep making your money, baby. Gregory Scotland, yes, many thinking black men are tired of others, especially simps and hyenas, who want us to support yet don't want to speak about issues that are very important to us. Immigration, finance, family topics, and more. Yeah, I just talked about the immigration. I hadn't got to anything else. Salute to you, Uncle D, for your advocacy. You are greatly appreciated. Man, thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that, man. It's been a hard uphill battle, but I would think over the past 2 years, I think after Kevin Samuels passed away, you know, people started understanding where I was coming from a lot more. I'm just an advocate for black men. I'll give you the voice that you would otherwise not have. And I don't back down off of it. And the reason I don't back down is because, man, we need that type of voice. But shout out to you too, Cody. I appreciate you, fam. I want you guys know who Michael Eric Dyson is? You guys know who that guy is? Let me see if I can pull his video up, because he's decided to jump on here and have a little something to say. Now, if you guys don't know him, he wrote several books back in the day. He kind of he wrote a lot about hip hop, and so that's why I think this brother got to be at least 60 something. You understand what I'm saying? And he's sitting there with the Detroit hat on, and I guess this is him, looking hip. You know what I'm saying? But again, brother, he's very well spoken. He has a lot of big words. Somebody type big words in the chat room. He's very well. I love listening to him speak, but I think he's off base. Y'all, let me know if y'all can hear this. Let me turn this sound down. I want you guys to hear this conversation that he's having with whoever he's talking to. Listen.
For grandmothers, for wives, for partners, for lovers, for teachers, ditch diggers, engineers, around the way girls, to presidential candidates. We black men who have too often failed you.
All right, can y'all hear him? Did you hear what he said? We black men who don't speak for me. I ain't never failed no black women. If anything, they failed us. So what do you see already? He hasn't taken the temperature of the room. See, he has not taken the temperature of the room. The black men, the 70,000 black men are on my page. We don't see the world through rose-colored glasses. There's no woman worship on this page. And there's a strand of realism that has run right through the heart of the black community. And who is he talking to? I just want y'all to understand something. This is what I'm saying. This rhetoric might have worked 30 years ago, but it's not working right now. All you're doing at this point is you're alienating black men. They see you as a simp. You're willing to throw yourself under the bus for a group of women who have shown and are showing that they can give a darn about black men. We got a whole movement online of divestors where black women are purposely saying, we don't want to deal with black men. We're going to date any other man but a black man. We got 1.5 million black women who've had children outside of a relationship with a black man and brought those biracial mixed children black to the community. So who is it that you want us to sacrifice for, brother? I'm just saying. I'm asking questions. That's Uncle D asks questions. Y'all know I ask questions. This is not appealing to the black men, the 70,000 black men that are on this page. I'm just saying, let's keep listening. Praise God.
Who have too often not said the right thing at the right time, who have been vulnerable to the claim that we have forgotten what you have done for us.
What have black women done for us, brother? I'm gonna ask you now, what have they done for us? Tell me what black women have done for us that we have not in turn done for them in our way. Women contribute and men contribute. What is it that black women have done for black men that no other group of women have done for the men in their community? So again, what you have here is another black man pulling rhetoric from the 1980s and 1990s and early 2000s, when black men, basically a lot of simps raised by their mothers in a community where black women had the microphone, the megaphone, and they were able to blast their needs out there for the world to see. But see, now black men have the microphone, and we've had it for about the past 11, 12 years, and the narrative has changed. And so you can't just come on and just say, well, what do you, the brothers don't care anymore. They don't care. These black men, these little skinny jean wearing dudes, rather be by themselves playing video games. They don't care about that. Their mamas wasn't there. She was running the streets. She was smoking dope. She alienated them from her fathers. The internet is alive and well. And so they can Google statistics for themselves. They see what's up. And so you're not going to be able to shame these black men into feeling guilty about something they didn't even do. Half these brothers, 20%, they ain't did nothing to these women. And these black women haven't done anything for black women, black men that any other group of women haven't done for their men. Period. In fact, a lot of black men feel as follows. The lovely ladies in our community opted to move away from the black family and move into single motherhood because the government incentivized it. And so in effect, they broke up the black family and now they're suffering the consequences. I'm just telling you what the brothers are thinking. And I would tend to agree. You don't believe me? Go ask her how many of you brothers out here are dealing with family law issues. How many of you all haven't seen your children because your child's mother or your ex-wife is using the system against you and all she wants to do is extract resources from you? How many of you all came to the internet because of that? See, we went from this so-called red pill community, this so-called black manosphere, male-oriented media. It went from dealing with social issues that black men were dealing with to dealing with political issues. There's a divide between black men and black women because our needs are divergent. Not only our social needs, black men who become wealthier, who are looking for more traditional women who've worked their way up, who at one time they were in their 20s, 30s, now they're in their 40s and they want marriageable women. That's 2 decades. A woman who was in her 20s in 2020 is now 44 now. She was 20 in the year 2000. She's 44. This 44-year-old black man is just now getting started. He's looking for a 25-year-old. She's looking towards retirement. And if she wasn't able to get a husband in that 24-year time period after she hit 1 wall, 2 walls, 3 walls, 4 walls, she's not going to be able to find one now. So the brothers are now looking for relationships and they don't want these women who they grew up with, who are their same age. They're looking for younger women. And so that's why they have no need for them. They're at a different time in their life. Relationship-wise. As far as politics, you got black men have reached the middle class. So of course they want to hold on to what they have. So they're going to have more conservative values. Of course they want to. So things are different. So all this woman worship, where we just arbitrarily put women up on a pedestal just because of their women, that's not going to work, brother, Dr. Dyson. Let's keep listening.
Magnificence of your service to our people, the beauty and power of your spirit at times when we flagged. We remember all the remarkable things you have done and beg your forgiveness.
What did they do that's remarkable? I'm just saying, brother, what
times were tough, or when no one else was in the room to defend you, to assert the legitimacy and validity of your personhood.
Now, you didn't need to say legitimacy and validity. You could have picked one or the other, brother. You're using too many words unnecessary. Just get to the point.
Good. Please forgive us.
No.
But no more.
No,
well,
here's the problem. These brothers are not asking for forgiveness because they realize that they are not the problem. See, this is the thing, okay? Black men have been comparing notes for almost 2 decades now. And we've realized that black men were never the problem. We realized that black men were never the problem. I want you to hear me again. We are not the problem. We are not the problem in the black community. We're not the problem in the United States. We didn't ask to come over here. We were brought over here because of our for the need for labor. Up until 1808, there were 400,000 mostly black men. If you look at those slave ships, those logs, the vast majority of the people brought to this country were black men. They didn't start bringing black women over to this country until about 20 years before 1808. Around 1788, 1787, because they needed to bring people over here for breeding purposes. So they start putting more black women on the ships. And from 1808 to 1860, when we took the last census right before the Civil War, we went from 400,000 to 4 million black people because of breeding farms. But for the most part, other than that last 50 some odd years, black men did slavery by ourselves for the first 2 centuries. They were just going to work us to death and die off. It was black men who built up those towns and cities after because we were the ones doing the labor. We were the blacksmiths. We were the carpenters. Black women were house workers and whatnot, but it was the black men and their labor. So what is it that we owe black women that we haven't given them already? It was black women, and I know there's some sisters on here listening to you, but you're gonna have to listen to me, because I'm telling you what black men know right now, where we are right now in 2024. Black men recognize that black women sold them out and took what the white government was off. They fell in with the white feminists. They bit the line of affirmative action. They abandoned the black community. They decided to take a welfare check, food stamps, EBT cards, and Section 8. And they said, hell with this black man. And now you're doing what? You're telling us we have to what? Show loyalty to them when they didn't show loyalty to us? We got to uplift them and hold them up and hold them in high regard. We got to call them queens, and they've been treating us like peasants. That's what the brothers are saying right now. And this little skinny jean wearing group of brothers that we're dealing with that I talked about earlier, they're not going for it. They don't have reverence for black women that my generation had. They don't have Big Mama. Big Mama loved us. She cooked a pot of greens. She's from Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana. She grew up in South Carolina, North Carolina, picking tobacco and cotton. She worked hard. She took care of us when our mothers was out and about on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, doing whatever with whoever at the club, sleeping with whoever. We had reverence for our grandma. She made sure we had a soft place to sleep on a Friday night after our mama dropped us off and we wouldn't see her for 3 or 4 days. We love that woman. That's why my generation still has an affinity for black women. But these young boys don't care about these ladies. They're not about to sit up here and apologize for something they didn't do. They'd rather be by themselves and go get them a white girl or a Latina or an Asian chick. They're not dealing with black women. They don't have reverence for black women. Why? Because they saw what their mothers did. Now, if you want to try to say, oh, my mama's not responsible, well, it still happened. Your mama, oh, she was the subject of the white man's financial onslaught. They don't give a damn. So you saying mom was out there smoking crack and tricking because the white man made her do it? These youngsters don't believe that, fam. And see, you got to have a certain reverence for black women to be able to put aside some of that treachery and some of that nonsense. Some of these black men have been called horrible names by their mothers for generations, even now, for years. And even now, as they've done better for themselves, they can't stand to be around a woman. They don't even want to be around a woman because of how low she was and how horrible she was. And you expect this group of black men who's in the millions to just automatically have reverence for black women who you say existed, but they've never seen. It's not gonna work, man. And you can put that D hat on and bring it down. Brothers don't even do that no more, man. They don't even rock like that. But let's keep listening.
That occur. And so the other night, Keith Boykin and I were on CNN trying to be respectful to the congresswoman who insisted upon mispronouncing Kamala Harris. Do you call Melania?
Actually, probably so. But, you know, you trying to make what he's trying to do is imply that whoever it was he was talking to on CNN, first of all, brother, these youngsters are not even watching CNN. They're on their cell phones. This is where they at all day. This is where they get their news from, just like this. They get their news. They get everything they want from CNN. They're not even watching. So you're appealing to the wrong audience. A lot of these youngsters don't even have cable. Why would you get cable when you have YouTube? Nobody's even watching that. This is you just showing how irrelevant and out of touch you are with this modern generation. I'm gonna have thousands of people watch this video. More people are gonna watch my video than watch you on CNN. I'm just and I'm not pushing it like that. I don't have billboards up. I don't have famous people coming on the show. I'm just relating to them on what they know and what they know to be true. Nevertheless, you're trying to imply that somebody is racist because they mispronounced somebody's name. They don't give a damn. They don't care about some of these dudes are dating women and they know their parents are racist. You see what I'm saying? They don't care about that. Again, they grew up successful. Like I explained to you very early on. You can be as racist as you want as long as it's not affecting me riding around in my Hellcat. Isn't that what you youngsters, somebody type Hellcat? They got their Hellcats. They got their condos. They chilling. They got their video games. They have money in the bank. They're able to work overseas. They just not, they're not, you're not in tune. This brother's almost 70 years old, man. He's out of tune. This old, and you're just being disrespectful as far as they're concerned. And you misnomering or misplacing the issue. That's not the issue. We're not going to come to Kamala's aid because we see a black woman being attacked on CNN about her name. Number one, we don't see her as black. Number two, she married a white man. So how much racism can she claim she's been a victim of? She married the white man. I'm just saying. You just let's keep listening to the brother. Praise God.
Do you call Ivanka?
Yep.
Then call Kamala. Then call Vice President Harris. Now
look, it could be Kamala, it could be Kamala. I don't know, bro. You grasping for straws here. This is how you hell with her policy. What is her policy? We're focused on how to pronounce her name. Serious? Let's keep listening.
Vice President Kamala Harris. And soon we pray and hope and work that you will call her President Kamala Harris.
Vote your interest.
So this is a note to put on notice anybody who would come for us. Who
is us? Who is the come for us you talking to? Would they not supporting her, bro? Who is us? Don't put us in that. Us, black men, are tired of Democrat celebrities pushing Kamala Harris. That's what us is tired of. So you're not speaking for us. You're speaking for y'all. And we can speak for ourselves. Somebody type freedom doctrine in the chat room. We are free men. You can't tell us who to vote for. We're not going to side with this woman because somebody mispronounced her name. She's in the public eye. This is the internet. Everybody get caught. If you on the internet and you've been on the internet more than a year and a half, somebody has already insulted you. You got to put your big drawers on and be a man and be a woman. Nobody's worried about that. We are free men. You are not going to punk us or shame us into voting for somebody you want us to vote for if it goes against our interests or it's not in our interest. Period.
Would try to stain the reputation or besmirch the character of black women. Not only the Kamala Harris
is not black. The brothers don't believe she's black. How are we trying to besmirch the reputation of black women? And this woman is not even black, or at least she didn't marry black. She called herself the first Indian president. We going by a senator. We're going by her words. See, y'all, this is what I'm talking about. This is the hypocrisy and the inconsistency. She has told the world that she is not a black woman on many different occasions. She said, I am not going to do anything that only benefits black men or black people. You see what I'm saying? So, I'm just saying, fam. Oh, that's funny. I'll take a note in a minute to explain that to y'all. But yeah, you can't get us to do that. We're not doing it, fam. We're just not gonna do it. All right. But either way, fam, I'm gonna take another quick break. But we'll finish listening to this. because I think it's important. I want to finish this thought, but I got to deal with something real quick.
World, but the Shaniquas and the Jackies and the...
What the hell are you talking about? Shaniqua, Jackie? What are you talking about, bro? I'm just saying, this is
Renee's and whoever else a black woman happens to be, and whatever else her name happens to be. We will stand tall for them.
Who is we? And what black women are you talking about? You're trying to, somebody type foundational black American in the chat room. See, we are foundational black Americans. What that means is, and shout out to brother Tariq Nasheed, man. And you know, a lot of y'all use ADOS. I use foundational black American. Why? Because not every black person was descended from slaves in this country. There were free black people in this country before its inception. We were here at its foundation. And to me, that is more of a more precise term. And I know they got a group of people that, I forget the lady's name, the little light-skinned lady. Oh man, I forget her name. And there was another brother who's an attorney out in LA. They came up with the ADOS moniker, but that's just too far away from what I call myself. I'm a black American. I'm a foundational black American as opposed to an immigrant black American. You understand? And so that's why as an attorney, I like that term foundational black American. Yeah, Yvette Carnell, they came up with ADOS, which means American descendants of slaves. But not all black people are descended from slaves. Period. And there are black people who come to this country from Jamaica and Trinidad and other who had slavery down there. So technically, they're Americans who are descended from slaves. I am a foundational black American. Kamala Harris, if she is black, she's an American and she's black, so she's a black American. But she's not a foundational black American because her lineage, or at least the Jamaican lineage that she allegedly says is black, is from another country. And no matter what you try to do, Brother Dyson and Dr. Dyson and all you folks, you're not going to change the fact that this woman is not a foundational black American woman. And you're asking foundational black Americans to vote for a woman who is not one of us, who married a white man, who went out of her way to put foundational black Americans in jail. That you not gonna work, bro. You just pissing people off. Keep listening.
Not you unprincipled harridans, you people who assault the legitimacy of our black womanhood.
You people who assault the legitimacy of our black womanhood. First of all, you're not a black woman. And she is not a foundational black woman. And, you know, and at this point, man, I'm just going to be, the brother sitting there with his hat on and you got a white t-shirt, put a sport coat on, man. Put a tie on. Act your age. You damn near 70 years old and you trying to be hip hop, bro. This is sad. You pandering. Who are you appealing to? Most of us who grew up on hip hop don't even listen to hip hop anymore. And the hip hop generation of right now, we don't even know what that is. White dudes and biracial girls are making all, and strippers are making all the hip hop. That's the hottest hip hop. Candy Red, Booty Clap, whatever her name is. This is not even kosher, but let's keep listening to my man.
More than 20 years ago, in 2003, I wrote a book called Why I Love Black Women.
Shameless.
It wasn't a thing. It wasn't black women magic.
The book would have been appropriate at that time, but it's not appropriate now. You got to earn black men's love, just like the rest of the world, and black women included, makes us earn their love and respect. Right? Somebody type pay for play. You got to pay your way into their heart. Is that what we dealing with? Bro, that was appropriate black. It was damn near 2 decades ago, man. That's like somebody in the 80s talking about what was hot in the 60s. It's a wrap. You understand? Let's keep listening.
It wasn't black boy joy. This was before there was a trend. So I've been doing this. I've been on the front line of defending black women.
And you had your time. and everybody was defending black women. But now people are defending black men. And we realize that we are not the problem. There's enough shame to go around, but for the most part, black men are not the problem. We didn't break the social contract. Black women took a better deal that the government was offering, and they breached the social contract. And so all bets are off right now. That's why brothers are not going to church. They're not getting married. They're not doing anything that maintains the community. For the most part, they're letting it go to pot. You're not going to get these brothers to come back and save them, say the community, and you damn sure not going to get them to show loyalty to a black woman, allegedly black woman, who's married to a white man who's shown no racial loyalty to black men and black people in general. Not going to happen, Dr. Dyson.
I have been on the front line of saying that despite our imperfections as black men, despite the way—
What are you talking about, imperfections? Have you not— black men are some of the hardest working, egalitarian, easiest to get along with men on the planet. We're the most involved fathers of any other group of men. We're overrepresented in the military. We got more black men in college than we do in prison. So what imperfections, what metric are you using to talk so bad about us? Go talk to some of these white men who are notoriously known for their inappropriate relationships with the young women and young boys in their family. Go talk to these Hispanic dudes who have a horrible reputation for some of the things they do. You can't do that. You just want to talk bad about black men. But I noticed that those people in the white community, they don't talk bad about white men like that. They don't talk bad about— Hispanics don't talk bad about Hispanic men. It's just black men specifically who get up on their high horse and want to talk down to black men. In reality, because 2/3 of us are either upper middle class, rich, or middle class, you really got to look up to talk down to us. We are doing great. Somebody type black men winning in the chat room. Black men are winning. And that's why we can go to these other countries. And these women in those countries want to be with us. That's why over 21% of black men are married outside of the race. It's because we are viable, financially stable men that women want, not just in the black community, but all over. If we weren't, these other women wouldn't want to be with us. The other women around the world are picking and choosing black men. The black women, the women here in this country, in the United States, are picking and choosing black men. Germany, Canada, all these places, is because we're good men. So what imperfections is it that black men have that no other group of men have? And I would argue that black men, if you compare them pound for pound across the board with every other group of men, we are winning. And so I'm tired of these people trying to throw black men under the bus and saying what we are not and what we are when we're everything we should be. Let's keep listening to this cat.
I have personally hurt or harmed any human being who happens to be a black woman on this.
I have personally hurt or harmed any human being who's happened to be a black woman. We haven't questioned their humanity. We only question their practices and their activities. That's all the brothers are saying. And the brothers are elected. And this wouldn't even be a problem if black women would just stop, attacking black men in public. They had the microphone for decades and they just got on the shows and just talked horribly about black men. It wasn't us. We didn't do that. We just began to respond about 10 years ago. And now, it's a battle of the sexes. Before it was just a beatdown when the sisters would get on the internet and talk ridiculous about us. But now it's a battle of the sexes. It's a war of the sexes. That's not cool, fam.
This earth, despite all of that, what I have always understood is the principled deference to their power and their spirit, and the principled defense of their humanity in the face of unprincipled assault. And so this is just a reminder that we will continue to stand as black men for black women. We will continue to have your backs. We will continue to uplift you. We will not allow a woman like Congresswoman Nancy Mace. I didn't call her Nancy Machi. I didn't call her out of her name. I insisted that she was a wonderful woman. She proved otherwise in her behavior. And then she immediately, in a reactionary fashion—
What are you talking about? Somebody type, what you talking about in the chat room? Somebody type, what you talking about, Willis, in the chat room? What is he talking about? Huh? Just
Blah,
are
blah, blah.
who
Racists
blah blah
do.
blah in the chat room.
So the reality is, my sister Nancy Mace, that you must come to an understanding that you don't get the right to call women what you want to call them, especially as a white woman. Do you not understand the history of white supremacy, where white women were able to call black women anything they wanted to?
What does that have to do? The woman mispronounced this gal's name. She mispronounced this woman's name. And you got a whole lecture on white supremacy about, I mean, I'm just saying, fam. All this because you trying to get us to team up. Kamala Harris has said she's the first Indian American senator. She's married a white man. She has spent her career putting black men in jail. I don't care if she did go to Howard University and she pledged Alpha Kappa Alpha. It's a Delta, it's a member Delta Sigma Theta right now. That's a fine white woman. Somebody type fine white woman in the chat room. It's a member of Delta Sigma Theta. Shout out to the lovely DST lady. It's a fine, and I tell you brothers all the time, get you a black woman, date a woman of African descent. But this is one fine white woman. Now, I'm gonna put a picture up so we can look at it. I don't tell you brothers to date. I tell white men, get you a white woman. I tell brothers all the time, my preference for you is to get you get yourself a woman of African descent. But this is a fine white woman, okay? And if you had to choose between a Lilo, what's her name? What's that big girl name? She fell off a little bit. If you had to choose between one of these big wide backs and this fine white woman right here, let me put the picture up. Okay, just for this woman right here. I want you to look at it, and I'm still working. This woman went to a black college. She went to a black college. She pledged a black sorority. Is she black? If she came back in 30 years and say, "Yeah, I'm running for president. I'm a black woman," would y'all vote for her? Would y'all show her racial loyalty? Is that what we just supposed to do? Because she say she black? I'm just asking for a friend. And I just want to know. I'm just asking. She has all the qualifications that Kamala Harris has. We just supposed to vote for her? Black, went to a black, pretty girl. I'm not talking bad about this lady. She's a pretty lady, very shapely. She's a part of a black sorority. Praise God. And she went to HBCU. What's the difference between her and Kamala Harris? But she's white. Well, Kamala Harris is Indian. She says she's Indian. But this is the rationale that we're dealing with out here, man. So look, and I guess we can listen to the rest of this brother just to put a bookend on it. But you're not going to convince black men that Kamala Harris is black, just like you're not going to convince us that white girl is black. No. He had to clean that up. You know, he got a job working at somebody's university. We love all the women of the world. You can't be exclusionary. But yeah, man, this is what we're dealing with. You know, this is what he's dealing with. Somebody said there's no sound. He ain't talking about nothing, fam. I'm gonna go ahead and give him a rest. So this is where we at. You understand? You got all these people coming out here trying to punk black men and tell us who we should vote for and who we shouldn't vote for. And the brothers are about tired of it. like I said, we're gonna go through the comments section and we're gonna come back and we're gonna review a few of these text messages. We're gonna take another quick break. We'll be right back. Y'all hit the number 1 button. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 100,000. My page is open to everybody. I'm just letting y'all know, for the most part, this is a page is dedicated to Black men being able to speak openly, and you see what's happening. You know what I mean? I'm able to tell you what's going on. Like, if you study this page that I have right here, you'll be able to tell the trends. I was telling you guys right after Kevin Samuels died, the floodgates is open. Passport Bros is on his way. Even before that, remember, I was a Passport Bro. I was OG with the Passport Bro stuff. And then, you know, Kevin convinced me that it was a good idea for me to come back and pick up one of these lovely ladies that he had in his little chat room called The Mix. Okay. And I didn't want to do it because at that time I had a villa in right in the heart of Sosua, villa right in Sosua. You understand? I was like, every day it'd be some fine ones in on a random Wednesday. I have a bunch of fine women in there. But you know, at the end of the day, I'm happy I did what I'm happy. You understand? I'm happy. It was good. It was fun while it lasted. I think the Passport Bros is just a thing that kind of opens men's eyes and helps you get a fix on where you stand in the world. But nevertheless, fam, I told you it was coming because I saw what the brothers was talking about. And here we are. Here we are. And not only have we become, or should I say, we as Black people have become divergent in our social interactions, but we're also divergent in our political. We just have different political needs. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Y'all make sure y'all hit the number 1 button. I got a treat for you. Boom. You understand what I'm saying? Hate me all you want to, baby. I don't mind hating me. Hate all you can. Let me go the other way. Hate all you can. Hate everything. But I'm gonna still make you look good. Black men winning. Okay, come on. Somebody type that in the chat room. Black men winning. Okay, because that's just what's happening. We are winning.
We winning. We winning. We winning. We winning. We winning. We winning. We winning. We winning. Yeah. We winning. We winning. We winning. I know they hating out here. Yeah. I know they mad. They all in their feelings. But baby, I don't care. She calling the police on me and everything. Yeah. Somebody need to get on the phone, call my attorney. Dealing with these hard-headed hoes who ain't learning. Acting all ignorant like a motherfucking menace. She better bundle up, cause bitches about to be winner. Niggas acting timid, why you think she treat a nigga so bad? Turn her only fucking son into a killer. Can't even distinguish who the women, who the bitches. She broke my nigga, even Jesus can't fix it. Navajo nigga, got a man up in prison, but quick to tell you, get your bag up, bitch, quit it. Ever heard of Dennis? Yes sir, get your spurling, we in court early, don't be acting all girly. Keep that same energy, don't need any men. You the man, you the father, you the face of many men. Yep, many Rippleton, taking L's your whole life. While the Passport Bros taking off the next flight. Some thick, something feminine, rubbing on my shoulders. Be a cold day in hell, Blizzard King try to tell you. A new world is coming, bitch, you better stop sinning. See, God took Kevin, left your sorry ass with Dennis.
Somebody type old broad in the chat room. Talking about men, you can't find them. That just means you had your chance, boo. You had your chance, and your chance has passed you by. Husband done went on to the great beyond. He's not there looking for you no more. You done hit one wall. Somebody type one wall in the chat room. You done hit 2 walls. Somebody say 3 walls. Yeah.
I want to see you win. And I put pressure on us men to understand how we did not get our masculinity training. And we have been doing our work, okay? But now it's time for you ladies to understand you're going to have to bet on us like you want us to bet on you. I talked to several men this week. I don't just get on here and talk shit. I have men I call around the world and I ask, what do you think about this concept? Level set me. Shout out to brother Dennis Spurley. Dennis, I'm not gonna get. Well, I don't want to tell people's business, but I'm gonna tell you, high value men retire their women or make them come work for them. So, ladies, what is it going to take for you to free yourself? Because you and I both know you're dying at these jobs. You're in a toxic.
Yeah. Welcome back. All right, man. So let's go ahead and check out these comments over here. But first, I want to take the time to read some messages. Barry Risper, how do they not know she isn't black? Don't they know she used to date Montel Williams? LOL. Right. I have no problem with you giving black women kudos, but apologizing for not protecting the group of women who came into the country in chains and are now 100% free is an interesting assessment, to say the least. That's a good point, bro. Good looking out. Especially a group of women who don't really want to be protected. They tell you they're independent, which means they can protect themselves, and they're strong, which means they're strong enough to protect themselves. Just something to think about. Glenn Curtis, I'm tired of black men like this, brother, pandering to black women. Yeah, I know that because I've been talking to y'all. But see, he doesn't know that. You brothers are tired of that. And see, now you guys are starting to get aggressive. Shout out to the skinny jean wearing generation of brothers who all grown up. They are aggressive as hell. You see what I mean? And you got to know how to deal with them. You guys like me because you see that I stand on business. You understand what I'm saying? I want to share this, but I don't want to share it. I'm gonna see if I get somebody on the phone right now. Let me see, man. I will try to get somebody on the phone. This is y'all remember a couple of weeks ago, some lady put something out. What was she saying? She was talking crazy about me. She had put a what is it called? Some newspaper article. And I'm gonna get to my man. Ghetto Houses says standard Dyson message has been the worship OD woman. Even his pulpit message has been the same. Yeah, I mean that's played out though. Let me see if I can get somebody on the phone real quick. I want y'all to hear it from the horse's mouth, just so you guys. This is why they like me. You understand? Let me see if I can. There was an article out in one of the online publication a few weeks back, and they basically said some disparaging things about me. You guys remember that? You guys remember that article that came out a few weeks back? What was it called? BuzzFeed. Yeah, somebody typed. Y'all remember that? There was an article that came out in Black BuzzFeed. Okay, you guys remember that? Huh? You guys remember that? If you remember that, hit the number 1 button. You guys remember that? Huh? Well, anyway, let me see here. Let me see if I can get this up for you guys. Yeah, it was BuzzFeed. And they basically said some negative things about me, trying to imply that, the same stuff they try to say about all black men who own the internet, sexist, all that sort of stuff, right? And the problem is I am not passive. You see, the reason that you all like me and you appreciate me is because I'm not a pushover. I'm not one of these passive black men who shows no backbone. See, the thing about this little skinny jean generation that we used to talk bad about, but now we have to show respect to, is that they stand up on what they stand on business. And so do I. You see? Well, that account has been suspended. That same account that had been publishing and saying these disparaging things about so many other black men, that whole black BuzzFeed account has now been suspended. Now, would you like to know how I got that to happen? Somebody type suspended in the chat room. Now, you're talking to the same person who, and this is according to the lawyer that I hired to deal with the situation, who I gave instructions on how I wanted to handle it. But for the most part, I am a master of conflict resolution. If it's some beef, I can show you how to get rid of it. I fight quiet wars. Somebody type quiet wars in the chat room. Somehow, people who end up messing with me, because I don't mess with folk. Y'all know that, right? Uncle D don't bother nobody. I don't talk bad about nobody, do I? I ain't never got on here and talk. I always give folk their props and I give them love. I try to boost other people's channels. I try to help them out. I don't do that to people. I leave people alone. I don't pick fights, but I do finish them. So if you start something with me, I'm going to finish it. And it's going to be quiet. And you're going to be somewhere in the corner getting choked out. And I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. You're going to lose your channel. You're going to get your child support payments in arrears. You're not going to be able to pay your bills. You can get your probation revoked. And it's just a matter of me making phone calls. But I don't use my authority and my power and my know-how and my money indiscriminately. I reserve it for the people who pick fights with me. Now, again, I'm going to show y'all something again. Okay? I spent about 6 or 7 years writing these books, and I'm going to have these books for sale. I decided for the first time that I would attend this event here. It's called the Black Manosphere Conclave Annual Conference. It's going to be in Houston, Texas on September 6th through the 8th. Okay, now y'all know they put me out of the Black Manosphere. Y'all remember that when they put me out about 2 Christmases ago because I didn't agree with some of the things. I wasn't red pill enough. I wanted you brothers to get married and have children. And remember that? Remember that? Yeah, they put me out, but I'm going to be there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the direction of the Black Manosphere, the direction of male-oriented YouTube, where it came from, where it's going, stemming from the men's rights movements, okay? And I'm going to tell you where it's going to be in 10 years from now, okay? But what you have to understand is this, and this is my first original copy. That's why it's so old. Rules to Live By, Volume 1, 2, and 3. Now, some of you all just see that. But right here at the bottom, how to maintain peace of mind and happiness in a conflicted world. So what am I doing? I'm explaining to you how to resolve conflict. Now, this was originally 1,000 pages, and they cut it down to 3 books and made it about 700 pages. In these books, I tell you back in 2015, before the first one was published, that Donald Trump stands a better chance of being a great president than Barack Obama. And this is back when y'all loved Barack Obama. And how was I able to tell you that? Because I understand conflict. I explained that where Barack Obama failed to vanquish his adversaries. Who was his adversary? His adversary was a racist Congress. And so because of that, he couldn't be great. You can't be great if you fail to slay the dragon. Barack Obama didn't do that. Donald Trump is doing that. Not only does Barack Obama have Donald Trump have a legislator to deal with that's against him, he also has the judicial system and the media to deal with. And he's vanquishing all of, they tried to put this man in jail. They've tried to take his fortune. So, but the state, local, and federal judicial system is trying to take him out. And this man is showing you what he's made out of. He is literally slaying the dragon. And so because of that, if Donald Trump is able to win and vanquish those who are trying to destroy him, whatever you think about him, whether you like his policies or not, the man has steel in his backbone. Barack Obama didn't even want to try to waste his time doing anything for black men because he wanted to maintain his political capital. And so I was able to tell you way back then, and mind you, this first edition was published in 2018, but I finished writing, I think, in 2017 before President Trump was even president for any long. I think I finished writing that chapter while he was running. And I'm saying this man is going to be a greater president than Barack Obama. And that's when Barack Obama was Black Jesus to y'all. Now you can buy the books and you can read for yourself what I said way back then, and you'll see it reigns true. And it's not because I am some sort of prophet. That's not it. I simply see the trends. I recognize them. I understand how this world works. It's conflict and peace. If you can't grab peace out of conflict, or grab the peace and convert conflict into peace, then you'll never have peace in this world. You can never receive your blessings. And that's what I show you all how to do. And so this person who decided to pick a fight with me, Black BuzzFeed, when they published that article, I simply used all my skills and all my powers and got rid of their little channel, or their the little account got suspended. But I reserve that for people who pick fights with me. You literally got to pick a fight with me in order for me to, I'm going to leave you alone. People going out of their way to be my enemy. I don't even understand why. I don't want no problems. I just want to talk to the brothers. I want to be an advocate for the brothers. I want to make sure the brothers know that somebody here loves them and respects them. And I want you all to understand that you are free men to come and go as you choose, to live how you choose, to be the men that God wants you to be. That's all I want for you. But a lot of people don't want that. A lot of people don't want you to be free. They don't want you to be free, autonomous beings, able to think for yourself and live for yourself. They want to dictate to you and tell you how you should be and what you should think. And I don't want that for you. I want you to be free men, which is what you are and what you deserve to be. Now, I'm going to go ahead and open up the chat room and let you fellas come on in and we can chop it up for a minute. But I'm also read some of these comments. You can come tell us. The subject of the day is Black men tired of Black Democrat celebrities pushing Kamala. You've heard me for the past couple of hours, but you don't need to listen to me. You can listen to the brothers who will tell you themselves. You can't keep trying to tell these brothers what to do. And it's not just my little skinny jean wearing little brothers either. My under 40 brothers. A lot of Black men are tired of it. All right, the link is in the chat room. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up some of these. And look, we'll play this again so you brothers can see.
I've seen a lot of Black celebrities and media personalities and so-called journalists make it their business to try to shame and denigrate and insult the intelligence of Black men because they don't want to vote for Kamala Harris. And I said it before, and I will say it again. They think they own us, and now they're pushing the narrative that we're dumb, that we're uneducated. So I'm saying all that to say, if you an actor, a rapper, a comedian, or anything else, you're not going to dictate our decision by calling us names and trying to make us feel bad.
He said it. That's what he said. Right? So the link is in the chat room. Let's go ahead and check out some of these comments. The brothers are brutal in the chat room. If you haven't joined my page and you haven't went over to the community tab, you really are missing out. This could be a poll. This could tell you exactly what Black men are thinking and where they're going with it. So here's what Black men think. The post was this. It basically said the following. It said, American Black women hypocrisy supports Kamala, who married to a white man, but harasses Bronny James online for dating a white woman and calls for Black men who date non-Black women to be canceled. Now, again, I'm going to tell y'all this again. I am not telling you who to vote for. I tell you to vote your interest. I am not a conservative Republican, although I am registered as a Democrat. My whole point is you're free men. You vote for who you want to. In fact, if you are a school teacher and you're a pro-union, you probably should vote for the Democrat. If you're a business owner, you want to keep low taxes, might be in your interest to vote for a Republican. But as far as I'm concerned, as far as personally what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to vote Republican on the national level and more likely Democrat on a local level. But I live in Texas, which means even if I vote for Democrat, it's a little bit more conservative than what you all have in the rest of the country. But let's look at what the brothers say. And I'm going to read the comments. And the link is open. I got a few brothers waiting down here in the chat room. I'd love to hear what you brothers have to say. And you can voice your own opinions. Yeah, much worse than attacking the Capitol. Okay, so this is somebody who supports Kamala Harris, named T'Challa. And he said, yeah, this is much worse than attacking the Capitol and trying to end a peaceful transfer of power. Glad you have your priorities straight. So you want black men to be, mind you, they want us to show racial loyalty. And when that failed, and it's pointed out how hypocritical that is, now somebody wants to change the subject and say, well, you know, Trump was the reason the Capitol was attacked. Looked like a riot to me. Nevertheless, you know, I want to read a couple more of these. Do your research. She's not black. I know, brother. I know she's not black, according to most of the brothers. Exactly. If Obama had a white wife, most black women would not be glazing him the way they do. Kamala, on the other hand, gets all the support. It's funny how you barely see him ever since she started running for president. Just think about that. You see what I mean? This is what black men are saying. They see the hypocrisy. Ignore the Edomite. Oh, Lord, we got one of them Hebrews and came. Shout out to the Hebrew Israelites. Weave and lashes have dumbed them down. Lord Jesus. See, this is what black men are really saying. I'm just saying, this ain't me saying this. I'm telling you what they think. I'm an advocate for black men. I'm telling you what the brothers think. They're not going for it. They don't have that reverence for black women that they used to have. It's only a problem if the black partner are WSs of colorists like Candace Owens and Kanye West. Let's not hate on love. No, we're not talking about the fact that she's married to a white man. We're talking about the fact that they want us as black men to show this woman racial loyalty. See, it's not like she came out and said, I got these great policies for black people and black men in specific. I got you. It wouldn't matter who her husband was. She got us. So vote for me. I got a track record of showing black men racial loyalty. Great. Robert F. Smith, the man gave $40 million to the brothers in Morehouse. He might be married to a white woman, but damn, he showed racial loyalty. You see the difference? It's not a difficult concept to understand. We don't really care who she's married to, but if you want us to show her racial loyalty, she's going to have demonstrated that she showed racial loyalty to black men. That's what the brothers are saying. We're not stupid. We understand exactly what's going on. Shout out to everybody who's been contributing to the Cash App. And I know we got some brothers up in here. I want to get a couple more of these in. This is truly frustrating to hear. It's ridiculous at this point and doesn't make sense. Too bad they can't date as much as brothers can. Yeah, I don't know what the brothers counsel about who black women. I low-key want to see a black woman's reaction to black men dating Islander, Asians, and Hispanics, or any other non-white or black woman. See, these brothers is messy. They want to see chaos. That's another aspect that I need y'all to understand. A lot of black men who follow my page and are supporting for Trump, to them, it really don't matter who wins because their life is not going to change. But the fact that we could sit back and eat our popcorn and watch Donald Trump wreak havoc on the same systems and government that has given black men the blues, the FBI, we don't care about them. J. Edgar Hoover, you think he was a friend of black men? Why would we care about the FBI? The Justice Department, as many black men as they've prosecuted, they don't care. Donald Trump is talking about disbanding them. The news media, call them fake news. Somebody type fake news in the chat room. You think black men give a damn about that? Hell to the nizzle, man. And so a lot of these brothers want to see Donald Trump basically wreak havoc. We want to sit back and watch the destruction. Look, you guys remember, and I'm gonna let a brother in here, man. I see him down. I see you, brother. I'm gonna bring you in a minute. I see you, player. Give me a minute, Glenn. See you be in a minute. A lot of brothers just want to watch the world burn. Have we heard that before? Didn't the Joker make that famous? Some men don't want money. Some men don't want fame. They just want to watch the world burn. And that's what happened when you have black men who have been ridiculed and decimated socially and economically and mentally. They just want to see it burn. They want to see you suffer like they've been suffering. Let's keep it 100. I'm going to be honest. Let's get in tight. Donald Trump got elected. And you know, we was dealing with the same stuff we've been dealing with. But we watched them Arabs catch the blues, didn't we? Them Arabs was catching hands. Donald Trump banned them from coming from their little countries, and we was like, yeah, low key, we like, yeah, that's terrible, that's cold, bro, it's wrong. But we was like, yeah, we saw the Latinos catch hell. And you know, black folks just discovered that a lot of Latinos are very racist, unless you outside of California. That's not something you know. You thought your little Puerto Rican homeboy was cool with you, right? Your little Dominican friend, you thought they was cool. Then you like, hold on a minute, y'all don't like us like that? You mean these Colombians and Venezuelans and all these Latinos? Hold on a minute. And then they start catching hell, and we was like, all right, okay, we ain't catching hell, but y'all starting to see how we feel. Look at them Chinese people. They had to put a whole anti-Chinese hate bill in place to protect them Asian folk from the hell, that backlash from what they were catching under Donald Trump. So, you know, it is what it is, baby. But anywho, somebody type anywho. That's what my auntie used to say. Anywho, we're going to go ahead and bring the brothers in. Glenn C. Praise God. Hallelujah. Welcome. How you, brother, doing today?
Peace, brother. How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm just up here preaching the word. Salute. Hallelujah. Salute. Glenn C.
Yes, sir.
Brother, it is my position. It is my understanding, based on years and years of talking to you, brothers, that you're tired of, really a lot of people, but you're tired of black celebrities trying to push Kamala down your throat, or as they say in New Orleans, down your throat. You're tired of that. The floor is yours. I'd like to hear what you have to say about these shenanigans you see playing out in the political world. Go ahead, brother. Let's hear it.
Yes. Well, first of all, I only got a little bit of time because I got to get back to it, my grind. But I want to say thank you for having us. I want to give salute to the younger brothers for holding it down. Regarding these celebrities, fuck them.
Oh, Lord, let's watch the language. It's midday. Player.
Oh, excuse me.
Midday. Y'all got to watch it. Damn.
Forget them.
I want to cuss too, but I've been trying to hold back. Go ahead.
Okay.
Keep going.
Yeah, they listen, nobody has been, we've been, you know, and I'm a little bit older than you. So I've been seeing this since I was a kid, man, you know. They decimate us and all the stuff that's happened in our community and how we've been pushed aside, and you know, the sisters that are, nah, man, this is our time. And if you ain't talking to us, if you ain't have us in the forefront of your mind, we've died on every theater of war, we've done everything, man. All the blue collar brothers, gray collar brothers, white collar, man, you can go to hell. I don't give a damn. Her or Trump, like you were saying, let it burn.
A lot of brothers feel like that, man. A lot of brothers feel like that. And you righteous in how you feel. Shout out to my man Fifi Doncor. I want to get to Zay's story. Zay, you look like them little young, that little skinny jean wearing generation that all grew up. I was like, what's wrong with these young guys? Back in the day, I was like that. Then I was like, man, they got some fight in them. They about that like, damn, they don't give a damn. Look at the little up there eating my popcorn. Look at them little youngsters out there scrapping it out. But anyway, Zay, man, what are your thoughts on them trying to force black men to vote for Kamala Harris? Number one, she hasn't said she was black. Yeah, she went to a black college. Yeah, she joined a black sorority, but she's a lot like a lot of the other immigrants who come to this country and then pretend to be black. And then all of a sudden, when they win, get the gold medal, right? You know what I'm saying? They get the gold medal. I'd like to give a big shout out to Ethiopia, my home country. Like, hold on a minute. You was black all the way up until you did something. Now that ain't right. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Either you don't be with us. And so a lot of folk are like, this woman ain't even black though. You see what I'm saying? That's the problem. Like, we might as well have Rachel Dolezal, the white woman who pretended to be black. It was like she could have ran for vice president. You need to support our sister. She's white. She's a white woman. But because she went to a black college and she, I guess, had a black man, how can you force us to do that and then expect us to accept? That's like trying to make a baby eat some damn charcoal laced with cat pee. Go ahead. The floor is yours, brother. I want to hear what you got to say.
Yeah, just to, echo Brother Glenn C said, in a nicer way, to hell with these celebrities, man. Even the younger generation, myself, we see everything. It's a circus to us. And it's just like you said, Uncle D, we just want to watch the world burn. If there was somebody that I would vote for, it would definitely be Donald Trump. I have respect and admiration for Mr. Trump. These, of course, Kamala, she said it. I even posted up on my channel, she was doing like a little cooking show and she was basically doing it with an Indian woman saying she's Indian, so she's not of our lineage. She's not of our lineage, and I hear her horrible track record as prosecutor, prosecuting brothers. We're not going to be punked, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
So what I want you all to hear is that black men have articulable reasons why they're not voting for Kamala Harris and also Donald Trump. Like I tell you brothers all the time, vote your interest. That's all I want you to do. I myself, I'm gonna vote for Donald Trump, but I'm gonna vote locally. I'm gonna vote for some Democrats because it's in my interest to do that. I'm not in here trying to punk you into voting for somebody that you don't want to vote for and then trying to shame you. Did y'all see what happened to Roland's? Some of y'all late. Did y'all see what happened to Roland Martin? Let me see. One of them little young skinny leg, the skinny jean wearing brothers ran up on him for talking smack. He called him dumb on the internet. You see what I mean? And then he had what they say, pull up. You see what I mean? In my generation, we say he had to see me. You're going to have to see me. And so it didn't work out well. Let me see if I can pull this up. His name was Jamal. Look at them eyes. You see them? The young brother pulled up on him. And so you're not going to be able to just get away. You're not famous to him. He internet famous. He Twitter famous. They have no reverence for you because of your age. You just another old person being disrespectful. You see what I mean? That's why I show respect to these youngsters. Yeah, I tease them a little bit and tell them, hey, man, but I give them hope. It's greater later, man. Just keep striving. I'm proud of you. I love you. You can do it. This is the hope that I preach to the young brothers, and I give them I'm not in y'all ain't that. I don't do that. I don't step on somebody to push myself up. You understand me? I'm not one of these low self-esteem folk. And then you go kowtow to white folks, but then you want to talk reckless about your own people. You will never win a fight against the children of your race. Let me say that again. Even my own children. I tell them all the time, you can never win a fight against your children because they're going to win. They're going to outlive you. They're going to hold your legacy. So what's the point of fighting them? You as an older person are supposed to guide them. You see what I mean? And when they off course, if they don't want to listen to what you say, okay, but you still have to put that in there and guide them. And hopefully they come back to where they're supposed to be. But it's not your job to try to berate them and punk them and talk nasty to them and talk down to them. That's your legacy. I tell my own sons all the time, you're going to eventually win. You're going to get all my money, all my wealth. You're going to have my legacy. You got my last name. What's the point of me trying to fight you and beat again? You can never win that fight against your youth. But anyways, let me go to my man Fifi Doncor. Welcome, my brother. How you doing from Ghana, straight from Ghana? Talk to me, man. What are your thoughts on this hot mess that's going on over here? What if Kamala Harris came to Ghana and said, look, I want you to vote the gay. She put a little fake accent on and said, look, I'm going to make kufu. And she said, I want to be the prime minister. I'm black, vote for me. And then she come in with what y'all call it, the Zim. Oh, they have a funny name for white men. But how would you take that? How would you Would you be insulted? Go ahead, brother. The floor is open. Go ahead, talk to us. Go ahead.
Well, here in Ghana, the white man is called Ogoni.
Yeah, yes, something like that.
Yeah,
I know I got a name for it. Go ahead.
Ogoni, right. So it's not derogatory or anything. It's just, a description. I mean, that's what it means. Anyway, so I've been following this whole, political thing in US, because I'm here in Africa, and I don't have a dog in this, race. I mean, I don't have a horse in this race. I don't have a dog in the fight and all that. But I've been following it. I find it very interesting. And this topic of, her blackness came up. And I look at a few things, and I look at her history, her lineage, and the inclinations, the things that are suggested when you look dispassionately at things, and the impression I get, because at least I know, as a Black African, I know that there are Indians who are even blacker than me. You'll be surprised. They have, like, I don't know what, maybe how many millennia ago they were actually from Africa. Who knows? I don't know. But at least they don't know of any link to Africa. But they are blacker than me. No link to Africa, but they are blacker than me. Of course, the evolutionists will always trace things all the way back. So, somewhere down the line, there may be, something.
Do you have a microphone or you have earplugs in or something like that?
Yes.
Your
Okay.
I'm gonna let you try to get your sound together. I'm gonna go to Ba.
Yeah. Give a minute and then yes.
Okay.
Then I'll come back.
All right. Hold on 1 minute, bro. Hold on 1 minute. All right, brother Ray. Welcome to the broadcast. Can you hear me? Come on in. Come on.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts on this subject matter?
I was listening for a while. I've been here before, but it's been a long time. It's real interesting that you're making a lot of good points, but the points that I'm concerned about, or what you're saying, is you have a lot of podcasts that came out in the back in the days, and a lot of us brothers was listening to you back in the days, and we agreed with everything you said, and we started to form in that direction. You came out with a podcast called the Disloyal Group of Women on the Planet. You came out with one that was called The War Is Over. I'm talking about the brothers that's in the street, that's still selling weed, the brothers that's out there that got BMW, selling weed, standing on the corner, living in the projects, that never even voted. The strong men in the community, the ones that's going through all the problems out here. The one that Kamala Harris has never came into the community to talk to ask us what our concerns are. Forget about she's a woman, forget about she's a pretend Black woman or whatever have you. Whatever you want to define her as, they don't come out here to talk to nobody. We heard Ice Cube say something about it. You speak a lot about it, man. You got a lot of followers. You probably don't even know it. Some of us probably not even subscribe to you, but you got a lot of followers. You got a lot of strength. We look at all of that shit that's going on. Excuse my French. The child support that they're not talking to us about. The sperm bank that men are not even contributing to. How the women are doing their own thing. They're moving around us strategically to try to take power away from us. At the same time, we have the passport brothers, which I'm proud of all you men, because at the same time all this going on, we are building bridges, we are making connections around the world. The rest of the world see what's going on. You dispelled all of the nonsense about these women. Sister Shah Ali will be proud today of all of us, the way we move it. But right now, our concerns and questions is that even though the Passport Brothers is 2 years in, brothers are saving their money, brothers is investing, it's going to take some time. In the next 10 years, like they said, it's going to be 50% of women that's not married and childless. That number probably going to be higher than that. But coming back here and working towards doing the things that we need to do, that's the fine line. We standing on that tightrope We don't know to go left or right. Plus, you have a lot of brothers who is not even going to vote. And that's the strength in the community. Not talking about the 2+ the millions of babies we already deleted, our army, our nation that's already gone, our 13% of society. But the positive thing is, and I'm going to end on this, is that you said brothers are doing good. It's only 13, maybe 18% of us that's in poverty right now. The rest of us is doing damn good. And I see that shit every day. And I live in New York. And for that, I don't see too much of us have to worry about anything. All we got to do is stay on that positive track. And when you talk about the disloyal group of women, even if we try to get with them, man, it's going to be somewhere I feel in my heart down the line, they're going to cross us again, man. So how do we as men that's really trying to get, because right now we know we building bridges, we building roadways, we setting maps, we doing that. Kevin Samuels said that black men, we need our own black media. We need to get our own black media. We need to do this and do that. And you said in one of those podcasts that damn, he died and we couldn't able to do it. But that's not true. We're doing it right now. We got our black media. We are doing it. A lot of us don't realize it besides the Simpsons trying to sabotage us, but we do have it. We have it right now. But what do we do to keep pushing that? I land the plane now. I just came on for a little while to talk with y'all. That's for the brothers out here, man.
Well, yeah, bro, I don't have any answers for you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just telling you what you think. I'm telling you what you think, and I listen to the brothers. Somebody type listen in the chat room, and I'm telling you what you think. I can tell you that you're free men.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that you've earned the right to make your own decisions. We paid our debt to this society. I can tell you that you're doing a lot better than we were 40, 50 years ago. I can say that. I say that you're maturing politically and relationship wise. You're not so beholden to just following the line, even especially stuff that goes against your interests. That's what I can tell you. But I don't tell you what to do. I tell you to vote your interests, live your interests, do what's in your best interest. That's what I find peace of mind and happiness. That's what I tell you black men to do. I'm not your boss. The reason I don't get down with these so-called modern day pro-blacks is because all they want to do is replace white supremacy with black supremacy. And I'm not talking about black supremacy over whites. They want to control you. And I don't want anybody to control you. I want you to control yourselves. I want you to be the God on earth that the Most High wants you to be. I want you to be his representation. My Bible says ye are all gods. And that doesn't mean you can walk on water and fly through the air, but it does mean you're the author of your own creation. You're the author of your own reality. That's what that means to me. And so I don't want anybody stealing that away from you, especially since we've been through so much. But thank you so much, Brother Ray. That was outstanding. The floor is open. I'm going to unmute everybody. Anybody who wants to come in, we could chop it up. Zay Story. Yeah, there you go, man. And let me see. Zay, Glenn C., unmute yourselves. And you know, we just talking about a subject that I want them to hear you. You see what I mean? I told this.
So if I can finish what I was saying?
Yeah, much better now. Go ahead. Please finish.
Right. So, yes. So as I said, there are Indians who are darker than I am, way darker than I am. And they don't have any, lineage that they can trace to Africa. So the question is, when the subject of her blackness comes up, what are they really talking about? Are they saying that FBAs should vote for Kamala because she is, African, or is it because she's, she has some ancestry that is dark, or what exactly are they talking about? So that question comes up for me, and I don't see how, if I were an FBA or whatever, at least, even FBAs can say that one way or another, they have this link to Africans. Those of us, if I were US, for instance, those of us who are not originally, who don't have ancestry in America, one way or another, we can say, we feel like we're brothers because a lot of you are from here. But I don't see how they want to link that dark Indian, heritage to Africans. And this is not like I have anything against them. I mean, my brother is married to a Sri Lankan, light-skinned Sri Lankan, so it's not like I have anything against them or anything. But then what exactly are they fishing for when they say, and they try to make a big issue of the fact that she is black? I mean, I don't get it.
Let me jump in there because I can explain it to you. All right. Let's put Barack Obama up here for a minute. Okay. Let's talk about, we understand that we've seen Indians, very dark-skinned Indians. We understand that they have something called the untouchables, and they came from, I think, Nubia or something like that, and they came over, but that's not they're not even trying to relay her Indian heritage as somehow in a roundabout way getting her back to the black continent. What they're trying to do is say that she's a woman of color whose father may or may not be black, and therefore she's black even minutely, genetically, maybe. But that's buttressed by the fact that she went to Howard University, which was a historically black university, where black folks, truthfully, biracial folks, because what happened was the Southern planters and landowners would send their children to Howard University to attend school there. So it was really the mulatto slave planter, half black children that were sent to attend school at Howard. Howard was the only university, HBCU, historically black university that started off as a university, as opposed to a Negro normal school like Southern University or Ground. Nevertheless, it has a different history. Still, okay. They want to say that because it's a black university or historically black university, that labels her as black. Number two, they want to say because she's a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, that makes her black. But to me, that's not. See, I put that video up of that picture up of that young white lady who's a member of Delta Sigma Theta, who also attended a historically black university, to point out that just because you went to a historically black university, just because you played a sorority, historically black Greek letter sorority, that doesn't mean you're black. You just another one of these interlopers that come in pretending to be black, pretending to be a foundational black American, and you end up at Harvard for medical school and Yale for law school saying you black, and then when you graduate, we see the Nigerian flag outside or the South African flag. So we recognize that, but we'll make an exception for African immigrant brothers, you see what I'm saying, and sisters. We make an exception for that, but this is a bridge too far. This woman is not, first of all, as I said before, she said she's not black. Now, I want to talk about the Barack Obama thing. What they're basically saying is, but y'all voted for Barack Obama, though. They didn't have to tell us that we were voting for him because of racial loyalty. They have to tell us, hey, well, what about the racial loyalty? You supposed to vote for her because she has black in her. And we like, nah. First of all, Barack Obama really didn't do much for us in the first place. And even though he was clearly of African descent because his daddy was from Kenya, the problem is we're done with that. We're not just going to vote for you because you're black anymore. You actually have to do something. That boat has sailed. That dream died. Barack Obama messed that up. If you put Barack Obama in a stadium full of black folks in any city in America, he would get booed.
You can say that again.
This crowd of black people that wasn't screened properly, they would boo him in Chicago. They would boo him in Detroit. They would boo his ass up out of here in Houston. Straight up. You see what I mean? If you just open up the doors and let all the black folk come in, he does not carry the weight that he used to, because we recognize him for what he is. But see, they thought they were going to do the Barack Obama playbook and get this non-black Indian woman into office on the strength of racial loyalty. Yeah, you know what? If I see a brother getting his butt whooped by a bunch of white boys in the middle of the street, I'm going to jump in because that's racial loyalty. You see what I mean? Not because I know him, I don't know what he did, but I'm be like, hey, come on with that. You see what I mean? And if it escalated, because that, you know, if I see 4 or 5 white boys just whooping up on the brother, that's racial loyalty. You see what I mean? But We're not gonna do that in politics. We're more sophisticated than that. On number
Yeah,
one,
especially for someone who has specifically said that she's not going to do anything special for black people. You know, I mean, somewhere along the line she said that. So what's the big deal?
A white man, okay? Because if Barack Obama had been married to a white woman, he wouldn't have been the president either. Floor is open. Cody, you just came in. Start off, man. Y'all can have it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just coming in, Dennis, because what I'm hearing is about Kamala Harris is and how Roland and all these other people are telling you to side with him. It's all identity politics. You know, it's all identity politics, especially with the Ricky Smiley and them and all them, especially when he was crying over her, man. I'm like, you in tears over this woman? Like,
yeah, man. I'm tired of black men crying on TV. That's another thing.
Who are you?
Let's just take a point of personal privilege. Any of you pundits and artists and entertainers, black men are tired of you all representing us as weak, soft, effeminate, crying ass men on the internet. You're a grown ass. Cry when your mama died. Cry when your daddy died. Shit, cry when your favorite team lose the Super Bowl or the World Series, but don't cry over this politics. I'm just saying, you know, cry when you win $1 million. I'm about to do it big and it's big, baby. Cry then. Don't cry behind this, and don't hold yourself out as representing black men and you on the TV and the internet crying, making us look like wimps and wusses. We don't like that. And Van Jones, somebody type Van Jones, Ricky Smiley, stop. You don't represent us with your crying asses. You're a grown ass man crying about some politician? What I look like out here crying? Man, I can't believe the Reagan library got vandalized. Oh my God. I'm so sad about that. The Barack Obama statue was torn down. No, I'm not crying about that. What's wrong with you dudes? You're out there emotional. You just look weird. We are not those men anymore. You're not just going to be able to get on TV and represent. You don't even represent black men. You are so out of touch. You don't spend the time talking to black men. You don't know what's on their mind. You want to totally disregard what's going on right here on the internet. And I know they're watching because I hear the stuff I talk about here when I was talking about reparations for black, foundational black Americans. All of a sudden, it became something that somebody started talking about. You said, and I'm not talking about reparations from white folks. I'm talking about reparations from Africa. And the reason I did that, why? Now y'all see. Because a lot of brothers are going to the motherland and they saying, well, damn, they treating us like we foreigners. Because your black ass is a foreigner in Africa. You're not culturally African. Fifi Donkor would tell you that. You're not African by culture. You're African by heritage, genetics, but you're not culturally African. Just like I'm not culturally Dominican or Jamaican. When I go down, they like, you a foreigner. Just like if somebody's from New York, their ass is not culturally Texan. Take your Yankee ass back to where you came from. You see what I'm saying? It's a difference in culture. You're a foreigner, you're an outsider. That's it. And so they're going to treat you as such. And I'm like, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and get our money from them and stay over here and make the best we can. Or maybe we can use that as a negotiation starting point. Y'all want to cut through this red tape? Tell them we're going to sue you for $1 trillion unless you give us some citizenship. They're like, no problem, my brother. I will help you get whatever you need. Go ahead. Come, brother. Come. We're sitting, but you see what I'm saying? I know how that works. But anyway, man, the floor is open, brothers. Go ahead, bro.
I got a question real quick. Before, who somebody was just saying something? Was it Zay?
Floor is open, baby. Go ahead.
The question I got, Dennis, is you made statements back in the days, right? But right now in 2024, right? When you look at what Kamala and the women are doing, right? I just want you to hypothetically, do you see or don't you see that what they are doing has a lot to do with what you said about the social status of black women in this country, and that if they can get the social status of that white man, that it will propel them up in status and stuff like that? And don't you see like this is an opportunity for them to try to get there. You see how women are fighting tooth and nail and donating all their hard-earned money when our communities are still starving, but they got the money. But when you look at that, if they can get to this position and get ahead of that white woman, even though I think that's highly unlikely, their social status will propel them higher. That's why they try to do it on their own. They don't need black men. And this is the opportunity, because if they don't get this opportunity may not never come back around, because the world sees it, white women see it, and if they don't do everything they can do, and even Kamala didn't even get in there by congressional votes and stuff like that. She got propelled in there because old Biden got sick and fell down on the stage.
Yeah.
But do you see that? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but do you see what I'm going with?
I do. If they can, let me tell you something. If they can get a lovely lady as the president of the United States, Lord Jesus, hallelujah. Oh, Lord, if they can get a so-called black woman who is married to a white man in office, we will never, ever, ever, ever hear the end of it. You hear me? Ever. They'll be twerking all on the Statue of Liberty. You know what I'm saying?
Uncle D, I just want to say.
Hold on, young buddy. Hold on. We the president? Oh, no. It justifies all that degeneracy and debauchery and all this bad behavior. We made it. We what? We a princess. We about to be the queen of England, and we the president. We run it. We run the yard. I'm trying to tell you, man.
Bring it.
You'll never hear the end of it. Now, if this woman had policies that benefited me, if she had policies that benefited the United States, I'll vote for her. I'll put her ass. Go ahead, baby. Go right on ahead. If you've been, I'm voting my interest. I got you. But this woman is not that woman. You see what I mean? She's not. To me, all she's gonna do is endanger the rest of the world because she's weak and she's seen as weak. Putin does not respect her. They just gonna go invade Georgia and the rest of these. They're gonna reinstitute the USSR. They're gonna go. You know whatever they. I don't care what this. We're gonna go back. They're gonna just take over everything. And what they're gonna do about it? Stop doing that, Putin. You're a bad, bad man. He don't give a damn about that. He's already wanted for war crimes.
I'm not bad.
You know what I'm saying? So she's not good at foreign policy. Half the country doesn't respect her. We think she's just, somebody says she looked like she drunk every time she that cackling. So, but as far as social status, yeah, it will definitely, it boosts their morale, but they will never reach the status of white womanhood. It does not matter what token Negro you put in office, you are not going to be white. Why don't you just be happy being yourself? There's a reason why black men stop wearing jerry curls. We start wearing perms. So you know what? We just gonna go ahead and be ourselves. The lovely ladies are still wearing these weaves. It's been 50 years, man. Like you are still. How many weaves do you have to buy from these Asian women before you realize your hair will never look like that? It's just gonna be stinky as soon as you snatch that glue off, and you're gonna have them. Your head gonna look like mine. See that right there? Their head look like that. I'll be a very ugly ass woman if my head look. I'm an ugly man, but still. That's why I work so hard. But I'm saying that you never be happy being yourself. That's what self-hate is.
Yeah.
Self-hate is you not happy with your own skin, not who you decide to mess around with, in my opinion. But anyway, the floor is open, man. Stop throwing questions at me. Y'all talk to each other.
I wanted to make.
Go ahead. The floor is open, man.
I just wanted to make a point, Uncle D. It's just like you said, there's no way I could ever see a woman being in charge of me, let alone being in charge of the country that I live in. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's like you said, that's of Satan. That's not of God. And,
let me say something. I would vote for a woman if she was the right woman. I will vote for Margaret Thatcher. You understand? That was a cold, bad Thatcher. She kill your ass. You understand? I would vote for a woman who is tough-minded.
Me too.
Who commands respect and dignity, who earned the position she is. I vote for him. You want to go up here and deal with that stress? Go right on ahead. I would. But this woman, even if she was a man, I wouldn't vote for her. If her name was, instead of Kamala, if it was Cameron Harris, I wouldn't vote for him because he's like, you a goofball, dog. You not gonna be my president. So it's not that I don't have a problem with that. I didn't vote for Biden. I just thought he was too damn old. Well, I'm not voting for him this time. But go ahead. The floor is open, fellas. Go ahead. I hope I answered the question.
What you said about the doing twerk on the Statue of Liberty.
Oh yeah.
And my thing is, if bring it, whatever the debauchery is, so be it. And you seeing brothers shut down. I'm not protecting nobody that's not in my family. That's not in my extended family. If female wise, you know, I got into a conversation with my god sister some time back and got kind of heated. And she said, if you didn't know me, you wouldn't help me if somebody was beating me in the street. I said, you can be getting your ass mollywopped, and I'd step over you and hope you don't get your blood on my shoes. I'm not helping nobody. None of these. You wanted to be independent. You wanted to be, because I heard, you know, it's almost 60 years now. Yeah, go ahead, do it. You equal? All right, fight your own battles.
Yeah, yeah. You know, the other thing is, bro, white women, black women have gotten beside themselves. And let me tell you what I mean. It used to be that the white man had the black woman as his little side chick, little pet. You see what I mean? And she started sleeping with the white man and start thinking she was equal to the white man. And so now you get to a point that white men have refocused, white society has refocused their animosity, shifted it ever so slightly away from black men and other minorities, but black men towards black women. That's why they have an increased incarceration rate. They're getting a little too big for their britches. This is what's going on. Like, the system is now targeting them because they are vying for power. They are trying to take this white man's authority away. And what Dr. Francis Cress Welsing taught us about white folks is that they would rather destroy the earth than be ruled on this earth. That's why, whether you listen to Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, I forget the name of the gentleman, that Neely Fuller, they tell you, you just got to sit back and let this thing play out. Because nature will win, but they will destroy this earth before they allow you to rule over them. That's the nature of the people that you're dealing with. And when you really begin to understand Dr. Francis Cress Welsing and Dr. John Henry Clark, this is who you're dealing with. These are our children, though. All you black folk, you say you the original man on this planet. What did I tell y'all earlier? You can never win a fight against your children. So y'all didn't get that. I'll be throwing shots at y'all way over y'all head, and I got to bring it down. But if black men and black women are the mothers and fathers of this earth, and everybody is our children, that means that the white men and the white women are our children also.
True.
And you have to be a parent in this situation. When your children steal your money and take advantage of you and put your old ass in the old folks' home, you raise them. You see what I'm saying? True. And so you're gonna have to be patient and let nature deal with these white folks, but they will not be ruled by you. And that's something that you have to understand. You can come hang out like back in the 1920s and the 1880s. It was black folks who had enclaves and they did business with. They're not going to be ruled. They are not going to be ruled by Kamala Harris. And you have all these black women out here who are taking power and taking position. They're being targeted and taken down for a minute. Not only are they not going to be ruled by a black person, but they're damn not going to be ruled by a black female. So you got sexism and racism that you're dealing with. I just wanted to throw that point out there. I mentioned it before, but you're going to see an uptick in the incarceration of black women. You're going to see them being taken out of positions of power. You're going to see them being targeted. You're going to see them getting hands put on by the police. That's how this system works. The best thing black men do is survive. We know how to do that. We know how to get low and dip. Y'all don't want us here? Bam, here's my passport. See you later. You see what I mean? I'm just trying to tell you that this is what I see my brothers doing. Just sitting back as a novice person that studies social sciences. This is how we move. This is why we're able to survive. We get low and we move on. They took jazz away from us. We got low. We moved on to hip hop. They took hip hop away from us. We got low. We moving on to something else. You don't want us here in this country. We getting our money. We got low. We moving. Nobody knows that 60% of black men live above the middle class. Nobody knows that. That's not something we broadcast because we don't talk about it. You see what I mean? If it wasn't for black women, nobody would know our business. It's been black women over the past 50 or 60 years to tell everybody what our penises look like, what we do with our kids, what food we like. It's been black men, women, and they opening their mouth. than that, we
Always
don't.
in our pants.
The only people that know what we do is the damn the sports coaches who come to our neighborhood and watch us play ball and do all that. Then I just want you to think about that. They've been the one broadcasting all our business all these years. But other than that, we real low key. But anyway, the floor is open. I keep talking. I don't want to talk. I want y'all to talk. Y'all are not talking enough.
Yeah,
You're
right.
Go ahead, Zach.
I wanted to say, I think we should also revamp the conversation when it comes to lineage-based reparations. I think reparations really should be strictly for Black men. Black women had their reparations, child support, EBT food stamps, Section 8 housing, project housing. They had their reparations for damn near 70 years. You understand what I'm saying? Now it's the Black man's turn.
Well, brother, I wouldn't call that reparations because actually the biggest users of welfare are white people.
That's true.
So if
Jewish ladies,
if that's all we need for reparation, I want reparations for, first of all, for my African brothers who participated in the slave trade and who had them contracts with those European governments and companies. That's who I want reparations from, because as we were sold and stolen away from our land under the auspices of we had a war with them, and so they are now enemy combatants, they took that land. They used those resources. So we were conveniently moved off the land, and that land is still there, and it's still going to be there. And our ancestors, our African ancestors were there, and we haven't been compensated for that. Africa will never be blessed until it does right by its African-American children. You will never have any blessings as long as you have that sin on your back. You're going to continue being exploited by these European corporations and companies for centuries to come. You sold the best and the brightest, the fittest, the strongest slaves, the youngest. They sold us. They sent us over here. And Africa will always have that blight on itself. Even now, Africans are selling themselves to these folk. They're doing it right now. When I look at the best and brightest Africans, they get educated in Europe. They get their cars from Europe. They get their money and they put it in Europe. You understand? And when you take things to Africa and you try to build in Africa, what happens in Africa? You got to pay this person and that person and this person. So by the time you get ready to start building, you don't even have enough money to build. The only people they respect is white folks. Ask the Africans. Ask them. You're a white man and you come to South Africa, they treat you like a king. You're a Nigerian and you go to South Africa, they want you to get up out of there. Like, damn. You see what I mean? So, but yeah, that plus the fact that these European countries and whatnot who benefited, I think it definitely should be genetically based and historically, not genetically, but culturally foundational Black American. But we wouldn't exclude Black women for reparations, but that's silly. Everybody, because we had Black grandmothers who picked cotton. We also had Black grandfathers who didn't get the GI Bill and had to deal with redlining and had to deal with bank loans. I'm not going to do I'm not concerned about the Black women of the past. They did what they were supposed to do. It's these modern day lovely ladies that I have a problem with.
What if they stab us in the back, like Brother Bahare said? They just take the reparations and go back and do
They will. You got to expect women to do what's in women's best interest. They are survivors. But see, I'm gonna lay this on you, brothers. I want y'all, don't get mad. Don't start throwing rocks. But the men who came before us were not hard men. They were not men that say, no, bitch, you are not gonna take that goddamn welfare. You and me are gonna stay together. We're gonna die in this house together. You hear me? We're gonna die right here. We're gonna be poor, but we're gonna be together. You and them kids. You see what I mean? They look, yeah. You see what I mean? So these men, they like, look, I'm gonna tell you, I've been fighting like an animal for my kids for the past 14 years. I will never give up fighting in court for I've had an ongoing custody battle, continuous, for the past 14 years. You see what I'm saying? And I will never, it's just part of my yearly budget. I will never stop fighting for my kids. And we need more Black men like that. You can't quit. You know what? You might have it, but you're not going to have it in peace. You see what I mean? And that's what you got to make up in your mind as a man. You might take my children, but it's not going to be peaceful. You're going to put me out the house for this welfare check? You ain't gonna have no peace in it. Our show will be parked outside the front door. How you doing? Good to see y'all. All right. All right, kids. Yeah, y'all mama. That's your mama new boyfriend. Hey, sir, how you doing today? Praise God. Hallelujah. Yeah, you see, you're not gonna have peace. You can't, I'm not gonna let you take anything from me that is rightfully mine. And that's the attitude that you black men have. I ain't tell you break no laws, though. Uncle D ain't tell you break no goddamn laws. Don't be around here talking about you getting stalking charges. Listen to that's not what I'm saying. If it's yours, you fight for it. Don't give them peace. Black men didn't put black women in check a long time ago, and that's why they run away. You try to be too damn cool. I've told you guys this before. You're too damn nice. You're too damn nice. You're too easy to get along with. That's why those women in those other countries like y'all so much. Okay? So it's partly our fault. But again, this is a new generation. Shout out to all the skinny jean brothers out here. Everybody under 40. Big shout out to y'all. See, the pants generation, we was like, yeah, we love our sister, but them skinny jean wearing brothers, they ain't playing that game. But anyway, Cody, you've been quiet, man. What you got?
Yeah, man. I saw that video with that picture. You Roland looked like he saw a ghost, man.
Oh yeah.
It's like he like the landlord then finally knocked on the door and finally won his rent.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, you don't know,
but you get 10 check.
Yeah,
I said, oh man.
To the youngsters, man, don't be like that. You can't be on the internet calling
Come
people.
man.
That's disrespectful. Don't do that. But we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. Y'all hang in there. You guys, if you enjoy this conversation, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. And also, if you appreciate the words of wisdom and the back and forth banter, make sure you contribute to the super chat, the Cash App, and the PayPal. In a minute, we'll be right back.
Brother Spurley. Brother Spurley met his fiance in my mixed group, and she was doing her thing, Ivy League educated, beautiful sister. He's a successful attorney. Now he's like, shh, that's my wife. I'm gonna put her through law school. She's gonna become an attorney at my practice. That's the kind of shit I'm talking about. I want to call you back to the sister that called into my show who said, when I first listened to you, I didn't like you.
Yeah. Shout out to my wonderful, lovely wife. She's graduating #1 in her class. Yeah, #1. Summa cum laude. 300 people in law school. She's graduating #1.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? #1. So I'd like to be able to take credit for that, but she was smart when I met her. I just, that's another thing, man.
Smart woman.
You know, a lot of these women say they want high value men. But shout out to Kevin Sapp. They want high value men. They don't know what to do with one if they got one. Let me tell you something. It's some rules and regulations around here. You see what I mean? Ain't gonna be no, I'm just gonna sit around and look cute. I'm cute my damn self. Why would I just want you to sit around and be cute? I'm gonna be cute too. I don't get nothing for that. You're gonna have to cook. Let me tell you, I want to talk to you young ladies out there. You want a millionaire, you're gonna have to cook, you're gonna have to clean. Okay? You're gonna have to be cooperative, you're gonna have to shut up. Where's my African brothers at? Shut the fuck up. You're gonna have to know how to shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear it. Where's Fifi? Come back here. We won't talk about these ladies. Shut the fuck up. I shouldn't be cussing this early in the day. You have to be quiet. Because I got a zero tolerance for your foolishness. And I can replace you. I tell my old lady all the time, I wish you would leave me. I wish you would leave me. I'm gonna be the first flight back to the DR. First goddamn flight. What? I wish you would. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what happens when you dealing with a high value man. He has options. So you're gonna have to listen and cooperate. You're gonna have to cook, you're gonna have to clean. Now I got a maid, but she still got to clean. I just want to see if she cleaning when something needs to be clean. The maid is here, right? I want the dishes is like 4 dishes in the sink. You need to be taken care of. I don't want no carrots tonight. I want cauliflower. And you go on in there and you better be looking in the red. These are the things. And on top of that, you better stay slim. You better be working. She work out more than me. That's why she fine and I'm fat. You understand what I'm talking about? I'm saying. That girl didn't ask me to come do jujitsu. She wasn't having no plans like she want to get her nails done. Hell no. Now you gonna go fight them white women down at that jujitsu school. That's what you gonna do. She didn't volunteer for that. She volunteered for princess treatment, and I got her to see my son. You understand what I'm talking about? Taking shoulder cons, she getting kicked and fought with. I mean, I'm just saying, like whatever I think of doing, that's what you need to do, just so we can see it. You better not. You better watch it. See what I mean? A lot of women are not built for that type of pressure that a man with options is gonna put on you, ladies. You're just not built for that. So you need to stay in your lane. Go get you a little Pookie Ray type dude that's gonna let you push him around. And if you want to step your game up and you deal with a man who can put some pressure on you a little bit and you're all right with dealing a little bit, you're gonna be a little bit more advanced in life. Get you a brother who's a blue collar worker. He'll work with you a little bit. What they call him, Blue Henry. He like, yeah, baby, I ain't gonna take all that, but you have a little bit more leeway. But around here with me, when I'm paying all the bills, when you don't even know what money look like, then you're gonna have to listen. You're gonna have to do exactly what I say when I say do it. Now, the thing is, of course, a woman earns her way through the house. And the Latinos have a saying, it's called alma de casa. The woman is the soul of the house. You see what I mean? And the cooking and the cleaning and what you eat tonight. And after a while, you be like, all right, you got it. You know, you got it. I ain't got to tell you that. But as far as telling, it's a lot. I'm gonna have to talk about this one day, but they're not ready to deal. We done got all off subject. Big shout out to Kick 504. I'm surprised that nobody is bringing up info that Kamala is an elite Brahmin Indian, and they are on the dark tone Indians and yeah, all of that, man, all of that. You know what I mean? This brothers are considered. We have articulable reasons why. Who wants to finish? Who wants to talk to me, man?
I got one right here. I got something important. A lot of brothers want to know this, Mr. Sterling.
Yeah.
A lot of brothers want to know that these are ICE laws. They're in the background. And a lot of them wanted to know that from Kamala Harris and what they're doing and what you see is going on in Chicago and New York. And they bringing all these migrants in, right? And they doing whatever they want to do. But the point is that we've been seeing posts going on. We don't know how true it is that they've been giving migrants $5,000 cash, $14,000 for food stamps. Maybe we don't know if that's how true that is. We haven't seen any statistics. Do you think by them doing that, they are actually buying all of these migrants' votes to also to strengthen their political strength in all of these cities? Because we're not talking about them giving them the money. What's the underlining thing that they're doing by giving them all this money and they're not giving the people that's living high on the streets, even our veterans? That's the first question I wanted to ask you. What do you think about that?
Okay, well, you know, I mentioned this earlier, and America's a machine. It's a corporate machine. It's a money-making machine. And what happens when a part goes bad? Do you keep that part around?
Place it.
It becomes undesirable. Somebody type undesirable in the chat room. Somebody type undesirable in the chat room. When a machine has a bad part, you don't keep that machine around. You don't even let it be lying around on the ground because it becomes what? A safety hazard. You gotta be outside that little yellow line. You gotta get that out of here. Okay? You send it on somewhere. Black people are undesirable in this country. You see, we became undesirable the minute we stopped working for free.
Yeah.
In fact, oftentimes black people, when they see us do better, they get jealous of that. White folks oftentimes measure themselves and their success by how well black people are doing or how not well black people are doing. Because if they got to look up to you to talk down, they're going to feel bad about themselves. Here you are riding around in your big white Benz with that white woman, going to your White House with all them white presidents in your pocket, and you got the average white man feeling bad. That's going to create an uproar. And I'm just keeping it 100 with you. And any of you all who have sat around and heard the stories from your grandfathers and your grandmothers and all the old folk, they'll tell you that's how white folk are. We know how they are. We have a special relationships with white people. I'm talking about foundational Black Americans. We new to this. We not new to this. This is what we used to. You see? And so that's why we have made it a business to kind of keep low. Now, you got some folk who come over here stunting and whatnot, and you see some kind of way they end up getting targeted. Bill Cosby. Some kind of way, the minute they pop their head up and they start doing well for themselves, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy that, P. Diddy. They get P. Diddy. You see what I mean? We ain't really heard nothing about it, but we did hear he was trying to buy Universal Records. We heard Bill Cosby was trying to buy NBC, and all of a sudden that king was taken off the map. He was taken off the chessboard. You see, and that's why I tell you guys also, a stolen people in a stolen land will never have peace.
So my final question to that right there is, if that is the case, do you think that we play a big part in that too? Because if you look at it throughout history, I'm gonna go back as far as the honeymooners with Ralph Cramden. He was a bus driver. Black people wasn't having those jobs. Then the white people got uppity. They got better jobs. They didn't want to drive buses no more. So then we came along. We started doing the transit jobs. We started doing electrical jobs that they didn't want to do. And we started getting money too. And then as we got more and more, so Chuck Schumer said that the reason why they was bringing the migrants in, because the rest of the people that's living here in the States, they don't want to work no more. They don't want to do the hard jobs no more. So we got lazy and we want to be like the big dogs. So do you think we played a part in that too? I'm asking.
So you become undesirable, and so then now they're trying to replace you.
Yes. Okay.
I mean, that's how this machine works. That's why I tell you guys, America is not a place you should get cozy in. It's not that type of culture. They're gonna tax you and tax you and tax you and take all your money. Even if you buy something, you still got to pay property taxes on it. If you try to leave the country, they make you pay taxes on everything you have. It's a trap. It's like, remember back in the day, we used to call it, well, I didn't, the little generation that came after me, they called dope dealing the trap. It's a trap. That's what it is. You come over here, you work all your life, and then when you die, you trying to pass money down to your children, unless you do it in a very narrow and specific way through life insurance and trust accounts, which most black folks don't even have the financial literacy to know about. It gets wiped away. Matter of fact, granddaddy bought a house, grandma lived in it for the rest of to the duration of her life, and then that auntie that used to be doing no good moved in with her kids. So a couple of generations goes by, and now the house taxes hadn't been paid. You got 40 or 50 potential heirs, and then nobody want to get along. I don't want none of it. Somebody wants all of it. Next thing you know, it goes to probate. The house gets sold. The money gets basically back taxes and attorney's fees. Everybody gets a $2,000 or $3,000 check. You see, and so it disappears. And now it's a highway. Now it's a 100-story apartment complex where your great grandparents used to live.
Yeah.
You see, and unless you do your finances in a very specific way, it's gonna disappear on you, fam. That's what I want y'all to understand. So I really wish we had more people doing financial literacy for black folks, because we hold all of our wealth in our homes, and that's honorable, it's respectful, but you know, it's hard to pass that down unless you have something set up, unless you leave that home in like a trust account or something like that. You know, you're gonna have nephews and nieces and grandsons and granddaughters. They just ain't shit. Excuse the language, they just ain't shit, and they're gonna be ne'er-do-wells, and they're gonna squander the money, so all your hard work goes to nothing. But yeah, brother, we're undesirable, and they're trying to get rid of us. Now you're gonna have black people who are doing well. Yeah, you got black people who are middle class, but you can't pass that middle class job as a bus driver down to your kids. You see, you can't pass that school teaching job down. You might be able to pass a barbershop down, but what if your kid don't want to cut hair? What if you want to move from Ohio to Detroit? How's he gonna maintain that? You got a house in somewhere outside of Georgia, but your child want to live in New York and go to school. You know, you got to be more liquid. Nevertheless, I tell you, brothers, do what's in your best interest. But yeah, the immigrants are here to do what you think they're here to do, and that's to replace your black behinds. You see, and they just let them flood in. They want to get the numbers up. They want more taxpayers. They don't. If they look, they're gonna let the crooks and the criminals be here. If that means we can get 10 million, 15 million people in who aren't gonna commit crimes, and that requires we get 2 million crooks and criminals. Oh well, all of them gonna pay taxes, use the buses. We're gonna give them money, and they're gonna take that money and reinvest it into the grocery stores. We're gonna raise the tax. This is what they're trying to do, man. So yeah, I don't know, brother. It is what you think it is.
I got one more shout out, and I want to give a shout out to all of our sisters out there tonight, voting for Kamala and what she's trying to do. Because Mr. Sterling, you came out with a video a couple of months ago, and the video, it was a pool party, and it had a whole bunch of wildbacks in it. Right, it was a pool party. I was flabbergasted when I saw it. You talked to a guy on that video. He was a slim guy, about my complexion, and he was saying that this is what they want. This is what they want. And this is when we were talking about that big girl who was singing and all that. And then you came out with a video last week with 3 big girls, and you was like, you messed the whole video up because you couldn't stop laughing. So you couldn't stop laughing. The whole video talking about this is what y'all want, fellas. This is what y'all want. You couldn't stop laughing, reading the chat, right?
Look, shout out to all the larger ladies. Don't be on here saying I'm discriminating. I like a larger lady every now and then. You can eat good at their house. They're gonna have some fatback and collard greens for your ass. But go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Praise God. Go ahead. Shout out to all the larger ladies. Go ahead. Nah, man. I don't mind. Look, I'm not. Look, I done rolled around a little bit with a big guy. I don't mind. Look, don't be look. Some of them big gals, they nice things. Problem is, they went from thinking they used to be humble. Okay, when they were humble, I liked it. But now you got a big old gal. She look, baby, you 255. You can't be that uppity.
Technically, they can have
that uppity. You 255.
And looking like
as much as I'm getting the T-bone steak. You getting the T-bone steak too? What happened to the salad, baby?
What are we fighting for?
You big now. You around here, and we done got all off subject. But let's go ahead and go with it. This way you want to go. Be humble, man. Be humble. You're a big girl. You wear a size 18 dress. Your little feet are sticking up out the top of your shoes. You cute, but you big now. You can't be. There's only one position we can do. We damn sure you gonna get that old dog. That's all you gonna get. I'm gonna spread that meat inside that.
You can have it,
man. You big. Don't be humble. You need to be humble. When you're a big girl, be humble, man. Be nice, be humble, keep your little makeup on, be sweet. You ain't gotta compete with them little skinny girls like that. You ain't gotta do that, but just stay in your lane now. Look at me. Look, you see me out here trying to act like what's that boy name? Idris Elba. I ain't no goddamn Idris Elba. I got a big nose. Look at that. Look at my nose big. One eye crooked a little bit. I stay in my lane. You see what I'm saying? I put a sport coat on. I keep my teeth brushed. You know what I'm saying? I put my head forward, trying to cover the little spot up. I stay in my lane. I ain't out here acting like Idris Elba. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. Y'all done got beside yourself. You big girls done got beside yourself. You see, you need to be nicer. You too big to be that evil. You say you too big, you too heavy to be trying to make all them demands on men.
Yeah.
Ma'am, if you are over 180 pounds and under 5'4", you need to be quiet somewhere and cook somebody some pie. If you put me in the room with Eli, I'm gonna tell him, look now, you too big to be that arrogant about yourself. You too goddamn big. Over here smelling like some goddamn bacon grease when you take your clothes. Smelling out of, you got pimples all on your back because your back is sweaty when you too big. Anyway, y'all can't take me. I'm having a good time. You know, it's past my curfew. I stop at 2 hours. We in the 3 hours up in here. So if I keep talking too long, I might have. You don't never know what's gonna come out.
Hey, Blizzard,
gentlemen, I gotta bounce. It was wonderful.
God bless
hey,
you.
Blizz,
Man.
do you do a lot of lightweight, or do you when you lift him with the dumbbells? Do you do a lot of lightweight, or do you still do a lot of heavyweight? Because you big, you don't need to do a lot of heavyweight no more. You're just gonna get bigger. Maybe if you just lose a lot of lightweight and cut up, do you lose a lot of light?
Man, I'm 50 years old. I don't know about. Look, I can't be out there doing 13 and 14 reps, man. That'll hurt my elbow.
Lightweight.
No, that's gonna hurt my elbow.
Your elbow got messed. All right, I got a shoulder thing too. I know what you're talking about.
Hold on, elbow, back, knees, ankle, everything hurt. You know what I'm talking about? So I can do, bam, got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, power.
I'm not about to be out there trying. I'm just trying to maintain my strength.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to build any strength. What I would like to do, if it was them old fellas back in the day, they used to do labor. They used to be out there plowing. Or I need to do stuff like that. I need to do big body movement,
pushing
stuff like. But I can't do squats no more because it required me to bend down too goddamn far. You understand?
These ain't right.
Talk about weightlifting. I thought we was talking about black men tired of black Democrat celebrities. But we just got off in a whole bunch of different topics that wasn't part of the break. I guess it's the lunch break time. This is where I got to go to court at 2:00. So I'm gonna have to get on up out of here at some point. Who else want to say something else about the subject and matter at hand? Praise God. Go ahead. Who else wants to say something? Let's hear.
Well, I want to tell you, Dennis, that black men are getting the message now. And we're starting to get tired of the situation, the same okie doke, and we've been falling for it for many years, and we're tired of our women and our sisters, our God sisters, or anybody that tell us what we need to do. We starting to stand up for ourselves finally. We finally have a backbone, and we're standing upright and saying, no, it's enough now. We gonna vote for who we gonna vote for. And we gonna stand up who we gonna stand up for. Now, I don't know what side you on. I know what side I'm on. And that's how it's gonna be. Now, you can go on and pull Superman's cape if you want to. You're gonna find out.
Yeah, they want you to do what they say. They want you to do what they say do, and that's it. They just want you to do what they say do. And the brothers are like, no, I'm not just gonna shut up and fall in line. I'm not gonna do that. That's what's going on. You see what I mean? Man, you got me in here looking for them big girl pictures. Let me see if we find some more big girls.
For real. I wanted to see the pool party.
Look, I'm like I said, I dated a couple of big girls every now and then, man. I remember back in the day when I was in that life, I was at a strip club and this big girl was mad because I didn't want to dance with her. She's like, you big and I'm big. I'm like, baby, you too big. We can't be together. Like, what do you mean? Why would I dance? I want one of them small, petite girls. And you mad because she's a big old thick brown. So, you know, like Texas has a lot of big
in the face.
No, she was a big old, she about 5'9", about 175, 180, but she was built. But I'm like, baby, you too big. You muscular, beautiful. But she wasn't fat. Yeah. But I'm like, nah, you big, you too heavy, baby. I can't be around here with you for a lap dance. I'm gonna just go ahead and get me one of these small, petite, 120-pound girls, baby. You'd look too husky. Praise God. But she was mad at me because she big, I'm big. Like, nah, we can't be together. That's 500, 600 pounds in my bed. That's gonna break the frame. Anyway, my man, Gonzata Lifestyle. Welcome to the broadcast.
Y'all always get it wrong. It's gangster.
My
That's
bad. Gangster Lifestyle. My bad. I apologize.
But I ain't gonna take up too much of your time, brother Spurley. I'm the brother that was getting on them big old wide backs. And let me tell you something.
I want y'all to stop talking about these larger ladies like that.
No, I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna talk about them. I ain't gonna take up too much of your time, brother Spurley. This is what 53 years old and retired looks like, just coming from the gym. Let me see my torn rotator cuff. I can't bring the phone all the way out. I'm gonna bring it out as far as I can. But this is what retired 53 years old, down 80 pounds looks like.
Congratulations.
Get your big fat wide back butts in the gym. Stop eating everything that's not nailed down.
Good stuff.
So harsh, brother. Y'all look, we are not talking about how do we look. Hold on a minute. We're not gonna sit up here. We're not gonna,
brother. I've been listening to the whole podcast because I've been out there for the past hour trying to put these seat covers, and you had to go to the white Mercedes Benz. I've been trying to put these seat covers in my white Mercedes Benz, but I was out there for the past hour and a half listening to the whole show after I came from the gym, and you know, you right on point with what's going on. But I just had to come on and get on these big wide backs because they out of control.
But it's interesting, and let me try to bring this back on home before we get y'all up out of here because we just rambling at this point. You know, there was a time before the passport bros popped up, they were forcing you to accept Lizzo-sized women, and y'all remember that? And then right after that, they were going to force y'all to accept trannies. That's really what they were saying. I just want, but then what happened? The light of the passport bros interceded, and the brothers like, oh, we're not a captive audience anymore. We don't have to deal with that. Not that you were going to deal with it anyway. You were just going to do what many black men do, and then say, I'm just not going to date at all. You see what I'm saying? I'd rather just be by myself. If I got to date a big old pork juice built girl, filled with fatback grease and salt, I'm not going to do it. That's what you said. But now they realize that they have less leverage. Same thing with the Democratic Party. They realize that they have a lot less leverage with black people because you're not afraid of racism. You got money. You can sit back and look at life from the perspective of a mature, politically astute person. A lot more people watch MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, and all these other British broadcasting networks than did. Back in the day, we was watching BET. Now you're watching CNN. That says a lot about your maturity level. Most of y'all don't even know what the hell is going on BET. You see what I'm saying? So we have options now, and they're not ready to deal with that. They were trying to get the whips out and whip us back on the plantation. Get on back in there, boy. Get your black ass back. Get back. They can't do it. We're not going for it. And so, same thing. We talked about the big girls. They were trying to force that down on you, and you didn't do it. Now they're trying to force the Democrat Party down on you. You're just not doing it. And that's it. And you have a right to do that. Somebody type free men in the chat room.
Free men.
I preach a freedom doctrine on this page. I'm not telling you black men what to do. I want you to hear me again. I'm not telling you to vote for Donald Trump. I'm not telling you to vote for Kamala Harris. I'm not telling you to vote Democrat. I'm not telling you to vote Republican. I'm not telling you to vote liberal. I'm not telling you to vote conservative. I'm telling you to vote your interest, period. That's all I want you to do. Vote your interest. Think about it. Do what's in your best interest and vote that way. And nobody should be able to force you to do something that you don't feel is in your best interest. That goes against freedom, and you're a free man. Now, I'm not going to take any more questions. I'm about to get up out of here. We've been on here for 3 hours and 30 minutes. I want to give a big shout out to Gangsta Lifestyle, my brother Ray, also brother Marshall, brother Don Core. I thank you guys so much. I hope y'all appreciate what we're doing here. It's been great. I've been wanting to get back up in here and chop it up with y'all, man. This is black men speaking. This is not me speaking. All I do is reflect upon what the brothers are saying and put it in a way in which the rest of the world can hear what the black men have to say and what the black man is thinking about. That's all I do, man.
That's right.
You don't like it, that's okay, because my brothers appreciate what I'm doing. So nevertheless, this is Uncle D. And as I always say at this time, your incarceration rate is down, the education rate is up. We up. We went from a group of men who were brought to this country in the hulls of slave ships. I know we got the pretendians out there that's saying that we still here, but the DNA test says otherwise, just like your baby mama. So for my brothers who know their history and know where we came from and know what we've been through for hundreds of years, the fact that over 60% of black men have now reached the middle class your seed is the most important thing that you produce in this world. It's not the art that you produce. It's not the buildings that you create. It's not the amount of money you make. It's not the amount of people who like you. It is your legacy.
But since we don't live in our culture no more, we say what we want to say, do what we want to say. We tear our men down and then wonder why they don't make good husbands and fathers. Mothers destroy sons. His mother can speak to him in certain ways that destroy him in ways that can never be repaired.
Salute the black men.
Started with mama issues, afraid to question anything that was that bitch in you. Grown ass men, we letting this shit continue. Adolescent feminine ways why men offend you. Mama boy, she love thugs, her secret lover. That's why she keep these niggas inside the covers. Put the nigga aside, homie, I'm your brother. Close father saving us, having the same mother. Iron sharpens iron, we learning from one another. No jealousy or envy, going through life struggles. You told your mama you was outside, wanted to hang. Now you wearing colors and just joined the gang. No money, so the OGs taught you how to slang. Jackets rolled up and all you heard was bang. On the side of the curb, leaking out your brains. Quiet women sing, single mama lost again. Black men, we gotta change. Salute the black men. We number one if you talking about top 10. I salute the black men. Child support kids don't belong to him. I salute the black men. She lied on you and sent you to the pen. I salute the black men. Dealing with the pressure and oppressor getting lesser cause we deserve the best of. Coming home from work and life issues. Dennis Burling Podcast. Hit the like button, subscribe.